This is The Gorge. It's a podcast where my friends and I gorge ourselves on what's happening in the world of video games and entertainment.
For 10 whole years, The Gorge is brought to you by patreon.com/thegorge, where for just $3 a month, you gain access to all of our bonus content and early access to our TTRPG series, The Reboot. Yeah, we've been doing this shit for 10 years. Does it make us any money? No. Do I care? No.
No.
It's fun.
No.
All that matters is that it's fun. It makes us a little paltry bit of cash every couple months, and that's truly all I ask for. Most of the time, you people are paying for my gotcha rolls, so thanks. If you want to pay for my gotcha rolls and hear early episodes of The Reboot and any bonus content, go to patreon.com/thegorge. Also, you get pictures of my dog, podcast mascot, Peanut. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm free from Gorge subscribers paying for my gotcha rolls because I finally got my NP5 Draco, so now I think I can quit literally all gotchas forever.
You're done. You're free. Congratulations. Now you can spend it on Warframe colors, I think.
I have strange to worry about.
See, I'll spend money on Warframe because that's not gambling. That's just exploitative microtransactions.
You can,
but like it's not gambling.
On W-Bucks? Is that what the kids call it in Warframe?
No, it's platinum.
Oh.
Okay. Well, this in our 10-year anniversary episode, we have decided to talk about something that we somehow have not talked about
ever
for 10 years.
You'd think, given the character of the podcast, that it would have come up at some point. And indeed, there was an episode a few weeks ago where we got into a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But then we realized that we had to stay our blades.
Mm-hmm. We had to hold ourselves back. Because somehow for 10 years, we've never talked about Fallout New Vegas.
We have
Even though this is functionally a Fallout podcast that does occasionally talk about other shit, but like at its core, it's mostly a Fallout podcast.
We have done 4 to 5 episodes about Fallout 4 specifically.
A game that I don't actually think is that good, but I like a lot.
We've done like 3 episodes about 76 and a fake episode about 3.
Uh-huh.
We've somehow never talked about New Vegas.
You guys have collected so many articles about Fallout 76's first year that you made an episode dedicated to compiling all of them.
Yeah. And yet, we never talked about Fallout New Vegas. That is partly because I never really played it until recently.
Pagans.
I played it when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I mentioned this before, maybe not on stream, but I mentioned it before to you guys multiple times, which is that much like with 3, I never got to play much of the DLC for New Vegas because I had a first model 360 and it didn't have Wi-Fi, which meant connecting it to the internet meant I had to drag it into our basement and hook it up to the router there, and then like get like a really long HDMI cable to connect it to the TV that's down there.
Yeah.
And it was always a huge pain in the ass. So I just never did it. Yeah.
I vividly remember playing New Vegas for the first time because I was living in my little junky apartment in St. Petersburg, Florida. Right? But I never got into it because it didn't really hook me. Like, I played a lot of Fallout 3. Unsurprisingly, the Fallout 4 fan played a lot of Fallout 3. A game that is also kind of doing what Fallout 4 is doing, which is being an exploring video game, not being like a plot video game.
Mm-hmm.
And so I played a lot of Fallout 3, and I played New Vegas. I was like, this is fine. But it was very plot heavy, and it was not what I was really looking for at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so I just kind of fell off of it. I finished it. Like, I did a run. I did like a Yes Man playthrough or something.
Right.
But it wasn't that deep. Right? And then I was kind of done with it from there. And I never really played New Vegas again. I made an attempt at a replay a couple years back, like 5 years ago. I made an attempt to play it, and I bounced off of it again. And then the show was essentially a New Vegas sequel, and I was finally like, okay. Well, no, Oates started playing it, and I could, like, hear it from the other room. And I was like, fine, I'll play it. And then I crushed it out in, like, a month and a half. Mm-hmm. It just kind of ate my life super, super hard. And then I came out of it, and I had to confess, I had to come to the horrible realization, the thing that I am ashamed to admit after years and years and years of this, which is that New Vegas is the best one.
It's really good, is the thing. Whenever fuckheads like me are like, New Vegas is the best one, it's because New Vegas is the best one, unfortunately.
New Vegas is actually the best one. It actually is the best one. New Vegas is, it does in fact have that dog in it. It does have that dog. It has a robot dog in it. It has several robot dogs.
This is something that you've encountered, another situation you've encountered recently, Sarah, in which that thing or that character that everyone says is the coolest.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they are.
It's brutal. Do you know how hard it is for me to admit to being wrong and to have been wrong so consistently for so long? I will say, however, I continue to be validated. I hate that map. I hate that map. I hate New Vegas' map so much.
The only thing I really enjoy about the New Vegas map is that the simple act of putting a wall of death claws between you and New Vegas does basically... Genius. Yeah, it does, like, in that one swoop, despite being a completely open map, that one thing makes you go, all right, I as the player now have realized that the most efficient way to get to New Vegas is in fact to do a counterclockwise motion that takes me through a solid 2/3 of the map.
Yeah, no, I think the design of it is very smart. Like, we can start there. That the layout and kind of the structure of Fallout New Vegas is genius. The game is it is that game. It is that guy. It's fantastic, and part of that is that, like, the actual construction of the game is really smart. I'm just saying, I think the map itself is very boring to look at. That's a game that cries out for a remake, like, really hard.
Yeah.
I will be the first to admit, having been from the Mojave, there's not a whole lot you can do to improve the look. It looks like that in real life. It does look that piss yellow.
That's the part of the reason. I will say, part of the reason that the East Coast games, thus the Bethesda games, do function, especially even, like, I was listening to Noah Caldwell, kind of get ready for this video. I listened to the big 9-hour Noah Caldwell Gervais video about Fallout. And he was talking about, like, Fallout 3 is a very flawed video game, but it does have a great map, right? Mm-hmm. And it's because the Bethesda direction of kind of creating, not making, like, these one-to-one recreations, but more so trying to, like, evoke the character of the landscape, not so much what the landscape actually looks like, is probably the better option. Like, West Virginia doesn't really look like that, but, like, you're evoking the vibe of it, and so even though it's not really like that, it still feels like that. Yeah. Right? I think generally speaking, like, evoking these ideas is probably better than just doing a one-to-one recreation, because the real world is kind of boring sometimes. Sorry. That being said, the actual, like, the bones of the matter, this whole, like, forcing you to, like, do the trek from Good Neighbor to Prim, up through Novak, to have to do the whole thing. And like, you can, if you want, you can take the North Trail from Good Neighbor to Vegas, and you can brute force it. Junction. You can brute force it. You super can. It's just hard, because on one side is Cazadors and on the other side is Deathclaws, right?
Right.
But you can still do it if you're super, super stubborn. You can bypass all that shit if you want.
And then there's Victor going, and here I am stuck in the middle with you, y'all.
Yeah, having to go north with you, fighting all those Cazadors.
Deathclaws to the left of me, Cazadors to the right, here I am.
It is
putting you back in that grave in Good Neighbor.
Yeah. Now, I do want to point out one thing, by the way, because you talked about how you played New Vegas before we dive much deeper. I also only really did one run of New Vegas, and I remember I never got to finish it.
Oh, you've never seen a single ending at all?
Yeah, because what happened was I was trying to do Veronica's quest. Veronica's like her primary quest, where you have to find some kind of old world artifact and bring it to the Brotherhood to be like, here, look at, we can actually advance as a culture.
No, you can't.
And what happened was you go into the vault and you find the gun.
Yeah.
Well, there was no gun.
New Vegas.
Like, there was nothing there for me to pick up.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I guess
Bethesda jank we come to know and love.
I guess I'm done.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think New Vegas's map is fine.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It does exactly what it needs to do.
I think one of the problems with it is that there's not really, I guess, like a lot of like, because I was actually looking at the Capital Wastelands map recently, and like, remember how like, and the Commonwealth also has this where it's like, there's a lot of like, both of those maps, like the Bethesda maps have like areas of concentration that serve as like, well, here is like, a main hub area, or like a more densely populated area, like uptown Boston, or around like the southeast corner of the Capital Wasteland, right? Where it's like, here's where all the main people hang out and live.
Sure.
And New Vegas's version of that is the Strip, which is one point on the map. Like, yeah, it's a separate instance.
Right. But New Vegas has more stuff spread out across the map as well. And I think, again, because New Vegas is the best one,
I know it's hard.
I know it's hard. It's hard. It's so hard. I hate admitting to being wrong. This will never happen again, I assure you. From here on out, I'm only going to have correct opinions for the rest of my life, and I will never have to readjust them. This I promise to all of you.
Well, like, your opinion's always been correct. It's, like, you've never said that Fallout New Vegas isn't the best one ever.
That's true.
Whenever someone says that you did in fact say that, it's just them misremembering.
They just misremembered. Yeah, they have no idea. So I've always been right.
That's why she hit me in the head upside the head with a hammer the other day.
Yeah. To make sure you remember that I've never said anything to the contrary of Fallout New Vegas being the best one. Yeah, absolutely. But no, I do think this spreading out of like multiple towns and lots of different little like stories being told in those locations, it's good. It's good.
It's the thing is it's like
really
like you mentioned, is that New Vegas is settled.
Yeah.
Right. That's I think
the end of the frontier. Yeah. New Vegas is about the end of the frontier, right? Like the
Commonwealth, the Capital Wasteland, and Appalachia, like there's areas of wilderness that have been untouched, right? And like are too, like, or like, think of like fucking the Glowing Sea, right?
Yeah.
In 4, where it's like, well, here's an area that's dangerous and hostile to go to. There's areas like that in New Vegas, but
it's Quarry Junction. The difference between Quarry Junction and like the Glowing Sea is that Quarry Junction is a thing that was part of like this new civilization that sprung up from it is part of like this new post-apocalyptic civilization that was like functional. They were making the limestone for concrete, right?
Yeah,
and
it's been occupied.
And now it is full of death claws. It's different than this is still an untamed part of the world, because New Vegas is kind of in a weird way an old-fashioned like Western, right?
Right. Like if New Vegas had started in universe 2 weeks earlier, Quarry Junction would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is very interesting. This is like the big thing, and I don't. It's gonna be really hard to not bring it up, but the rule is we can't bring up the DLC of this episode. Sorry, because otherwise we'll be here.
We will be here forever because I frankly have a lot more to say about the DLCs than I probably do the base game.
Yeah, the thing is, I could talk way more about the DLC. I would like to do a separate episode about the DLC if at all possible.
Yeah, sure.
Unless we just want to cram it all in here and just accept that the base game conversation will be a little light versus the DLC, which I think is the most interesting part of New Vegas as well, frankly.
Let's talk about as much of the base game as we want.
Okay.
And see how we feel as far as time goes by the time we are exhausted of that.
Because, the thing is that kind of, the main thesis of, the whole, New Vegas is pretty separate from... Not separate. It is... The main game is telling one story, and the DLC, all 4 DLC, are telling one complete... second story, right? Those two things. Right. They're not they do influence each other, obviously, but they're both kind of about the same thing, which is old world blues, right? Not the excellent DLC, but the idea of the old world and letting go. Hey, imagine that. That's your arc words for the whole game. And all of its DLC is the idea of you can't let go of the old world. And it's the thing that unites all 3 of the major factions. And it's the thing that differentiates the Yes Men, the Yes Man route, is this idea of not being able to let go. Right? And I don't know. It's good. It's really good.
So
I really like it.
In the spirit of not talking about the DLC then.
Just yet.
I'm really curious to know what everyone went with. For Saturn, what was your most iconic route that you went with?
Oh God, you're starting with me, huh?
Or just I'm just saying in general. I know all 3 of us have played it recently. Saturn has been a while, so.
Yeah, for me it has been I probably haven't played it since before this podcast started, funnily enough. I would say that I always did the charisma speech builds because I just like doing that. I don't.
It's the most fun way to play this game.
Yes.
Funnily, I don't really like charisma builds in most games, but Fallout New Vegas is still very suited to it. You know? I feel very often in games that the charisma build is literally just I want to not do a combat encounter. But Fallout New Vegas, while it does have some of that, it does have a lot more interesting representations for that as well. I usually did... I want to say... I usually did a charisma build, and my main weapon was always the riot shotgun or some variant thereof.
Do you remember what ending you went with?
Let me think. The first time... God, no. I actually don't remember what my first ending was. I know in general I would do Yes Man.
Okay. That makes sense.
But not for the Yes Man is the only correct answer, to the I can only trust my own politics reason, but because Yes Man is the most chaotic.
That's correct.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Yes Man less because I know what's right for Vegas, and Yes Man more because fuck all these people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct. Yeah.
A vote for Saturn is a vote for anarchy versus a vote for Saturn is a vote for anarchy.
Yeah, right. What I will say is, and I know we're not talking about the DLCs yet, but I will say as exemplary for what my usual approach to playing the game is, the first time I finished Lonesome Road, I picked the option to nuke everybody.
That sounds about right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I think both the NCR and the Legion both need to be served some humble pie. So yeah, I would like to see them both turned into ghouls. Thank you very much.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
And that was kind of my approach to New Vegas. Also, I'll mention this wasn't my first playthrough; it was my second playthrough, and I need to stress that I did this when I was in high school and was doing normal board high schooler things. My other iconic New Vegas playthrough was a principle, and tell me if this rings true for any kind of way that like I will play certain TTRPG characters today. The thing I did for my second New Vegas playthrough is no matter what, unless the game stops me, I will kill everybody.
I knew it! I was
This sounds so familiar.
I'm not shocked at all.
Wow.
The funny outcropping of this is, and not to linger too long on my build, but I want to bring this up because I will forget later. When Prey 2017 came out, the director, whose name escapes me, fuck, I used to know it and I don't remember it anymore.
Oh my god, hold on.
Is it Harvey?
It's
something?
Harvey Smith.
Harvey Smith. He had made a tweet to the effect of like, just so you guys know, there's like accountings in the game for particularly seditious play styles or something like that, right? Like, and the thing is, no one knew what he was talking about. I found it immediately, because my first playthrough, I accidentally killed someone, and I went, well, I may as well make it a project to kill literally everybody just to see how the game handles that. And I ended up getting like not only the premature ending that you get for doing that, but also the obscure variant you get of one of that game's later game quests where the script changes completely because like, oh, you're just killing everybody, I say.
Great. Shit, I gotta play Prey 2017.
Fascinating.
It's so good.
It's so
anyway,
good.
that was me. I like to talk sweet and to carry around a big shotgun.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. I think I did some science in the thing. I just depended on the shotgun for everything otherwise. You don't need a lot of skill to use a shotgun good.
No, not at all. I know you've played this game a lot, so I mean, you've probably literally done all of them.
Yeah, I think so. My two favorite ways to play New Vegas that I've done is, so there is naturally, of course, the Angus route, which is where I pick a character who has maxed out physical traits, semi-decent luck and charisma, and like bone stupid intelligence.
Okay.
And then I walk in with like the skills tag would be unarmed, explosives, and speech.
Yeah, baby.
And the only way I get out of any situation alive is if I do not pass that immediate speech check, we go out guns blazing. And by that, I mean, pulls out, like, cocks his biceps and then just starts punching the shit out of people.
Hell yeah.
Correct.
That was a Mr. House ending. And spoilers, that tends to be most of my endings. I think out of all of the endings, I tend to like House the best. In part because
you like Rene Aubergenois.
Yes, I do think, you know, an exceptionally charismatic old man autocrat is great. But also I think in terms of like politics, it's Las Vegas. What would be more appropriate than just having like an insane capitalist takeover, you know?
Sure.
It's what it deserves, really. It's gonna let it fall to the ground. And
I don't trust the brain damaged mailman to run the joint.
No.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Well, like the thing is, you know that if Fallout New Vegas came out in 2020, that House would be way more of a Trump XP than a Disney XP. You know?
Absolutely.
Like, absolutely that kind of guy.
Sure,
well,
yeah.
I mean, like, no matter what, he would still have a lot of Howard Hughes in him, because that is, like, the entire premise of the joke. But, like...
Howard, like, he is almost explicitly a Howard Hughes, like, down to, like, his middle name is Howard. Like, they're not, yeah. His name is Robert Howard House, you know what I mean? So...
True.
Yeah.
What was I saying? And my second favorite playthrough is the one that I just did, that everybody else like got the ball rolling, which was a very specific and very fun challenge run which is, let me see if I have the notes for you, as follows. No luck, no charisma, strength 10, endurance 10, agility 6. Everything else, it doesn't matter. Tag skills, barter, guns, and survival. Take Cherche la Femme, but I cannot use it for speech checks. I cannot use speech checks, period, except those that require special as its check rather than a skill. The only exceptions are 2 of my tag skills, barter and survival. Girls can make me do anything. I will drop whatever I am doing if a lady explicitly asks in dialogue and it starts a quest on the UI. Addendum to 4. If in doing so my quest leads me to another woman who starts a new quest, I will drop whatever it is I was doing to do the new one, and I am under no obligation to return to the original quest, if that makes it funnier.
And somehow, despite all this, Adelaide still did not have sex with, what's her name? Red Queen? ? Who's the Death Flag lady?
Red Alice, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
No, because at no point does any of the quest lines actually point you to going into the sewers.
That's true.
Oh, you just never explored there, I say.
Yeah.
What? I mean, like, I'm like big giant lady. I don't think she'd want to go into the gross sewers of like Las Vegas.
Adelaide just totally missed her one chance to get laid.
You know,
brutal, tragic.
It's very funny because like this also means that dead money starts basically the second I accidentally switch over to that radio channel because
it's a woman telling
it's a woman,
pretty lady telling me to come to the Sierra Madre.
It's Laura Bailey telling you to come to the Sierra Madre. How could you possibly say no?
Right.
Which means, of course, I started at like level 15. It was the worst experience of my life.
Oh, brutal.
Oh, that's so
Man,
tragic.
Okay, real quick,
Sure.
not to talk about the plot, the DLC's recommended order is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, they released them in a bizarre
They released
order.
that shit in the most insane way ever.
What do you mean? You're like, oh, you're supposed to do Dead Money first. Okay, then why is level cap 10 higher than Old World Blues?
Because you're not supposed to do Dead Money first. It's just the first one that came out.
It's just the first one that came out. I don't know why they went... Starting with Dead Money is a very bizarre decision, despite, everything.
If you're at home and you're thinking of playing this yourself and want to decide, the only important one is that you do Lonesome Road last.
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
You can make arguments to do whichever order for the other 3 for based on level or release order, but realistically, like they're written in such a way where it is assumed that you will do those 3 in whatever order you find suitable to your needs.
Right. But Lonesome Roads is explicitly meant to be played basically right before you go to Hoover Dam, right?
Yeah.
It's how you get the most dialogue out of Lonesome Road is by having done the most amount of shit in base game New Vegas. You need to do Lonesome Road last and like very, very last. So yeah. Go ahead.
I was saying I did so this playthrough I tried to really role play a lot harder than I normally do. I picked the 3 S's for my tagged skills. Speech, science, stealth. I refused to ever lie to anyone, but stealing is okay.
Incredible.
I would never initiate a fight on purpose.
Yeah.
So
I'll never lie to anyone, but stealing is okay, because I feel like if we had a Greek scholar in the room, like if Socrates was in the room with us right now, he would be hollering. He would be throwing things at you.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what is theft if not another kind of lie?
Yeah. Absolutely. Plato would never forgive you. I'm sorry, dude.
You see, it's pragmatic because my character's intelligence was 4 despite ending with 100 in science.
Sure.
So her thing was that she doesn't like lying because she can't remember what the lie is.
That's practical.
So, like, if she lies to someone, she has to remember that she lied and also what that lie is. And that's too much work So she'd rather just steal from them.
I see.
Because you only have to steal once and not get caught.
I guess that's fair.
That's
fair.
And yeah, so I would never initiate a fight with anyone on purpose, but sometimes fights just happened. And I tried to make as many friends as possible.
Understandable. Have a nice day. And what ending did you get?
I did NCR this time.
Oh, nice. Okay, fun.
But I'm already thinking I might roll a new character and just do independent.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
I kind of want to, because I'm like, there's a lot of quests that I did that I was like, okay, I accomplished the goal that I wanted to and did it in the way that I wanted to, but I bet I could have handled that better.
Could have done 10,000 other things to make this go the way you want it to go.
If I had known that this quest would lead to that, then I would have done that first and then gone back and talked to them.
Right.
So now, what if I went and just redid? Yeah. Like I'm already like mapping the spider web in my brain.
I had a very fun time having that similar situation where I was like, I might have made a mistake with my challenge run because I almost got Cassidy killed as a result of
because Gloria Van Graff asks you to bring Cassidy to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if Gloria Van Graff tells Adelaide, "Yeah, I want to kill Cassidy," you got to bring Cassidy. How did you get out of that?
So, because of the specific way I interacted with all of them, I didn't start Heartaches by the number until I talked to Cassie again.
Okay.
Which allowed me to go, okay, what does Cassie want to do?
you kind of had to weasel your way out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of had to metagame that one.
If Heartaches by the number started the quest, like because it can start the quest chain. If I had started that way, Cassidy would have been dead by the end of the quest.
Totally.
Well, you might have had a loophole as well because you have to talk to her brother to actually turn Cassidy in.
Yeah, but it's Gloria asking you to do that, right?
Yeah.
So, Adelaide would have to do anything a woman tells her to do. Yeah, sorry. Damn, brutal. Adelaide's alliances are so fickle.
All it takes is pretty lady making goo-goo eyes at her.
Just once. That's all it takes. And then otherwise you're dead.
What did you do, Sarah?
Adelaide be saying golly.
Gosh.
Wow. Goodness gracious.
I also did
real quick. That reminds me of one more thing. Sorry to interrupt you, but one more thing. Alice doesn't swear, so I could never pick a dialogue option that had a curse word in it.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
That must have been very difficult.
Because there's so many times you want to tell somebody fuck off in this game. Yeah. It's crazy.
There were a lot of options that I wanted to pick, but I couldn't because they said hell.
Wow.
I think it would be very funny for one of these games to have a selectable perk that's like, I don't swear, and it will literally dynamically replace the swears in dialogue options with non-swears.
It's PG swears instead, yeah.
The one that come close to that is you can legit play V from Cyberpunk as a non-drinker. You can always refuse alcohol in Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, that's funny. That's cute. Okay, I never thought about that.
I like that because I feel like you definitely drink during that montage, and I like the idea that it's Warrior of Light-esque. It resulted in something so bad that V swore off alcohol forever.
Yeah.
Totally
I don't think you're ever actually seen drinking. I think you're seen ordering drinks, but like you never actually take one.
I see.
Mysterious. But go ahead, Sarah. What did you do?
I did speech, science, medicine, Mr. House playthrough, attempting to be as pacifist as possible. So solving as many things through nonviolence and never picking a fight. Except for the one time I lost my temper and I shot Caesar in the face. Sorry.
Well, that one is different. I was doing Boone a favor.
Oops.
See, the thing is, Rosalie is a woman, so killing Caesar is at worst of morally neutral action.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Killing Caesar for literally any reason and in any way can never be more evil than neutral.
So the thing is...
Yeah, it's mostly good.
Listen, I had every intention of going to Caesar and cashing in that coupon to wipe away your bounty. Mm-hmm. But on the route to Cottonwood Cove, I got attacked by Legion Assassin, and that was enough to put me into Vilified. So
I mean, they still won't attack you if you go into the camp, even if you're vilified, because I was already vilified by the Legion just for, I don't even remember what. I don't know. Probably for freeing those guys after Nipton, maybe. I feel like I was already on bad terms with the Legion by the time I went to go speak to Caesar. And they still, if you go to the... oh, hey, thanks, dude.
Thanks.
But if you go speak to the Legion after, Caesar asks you to come speak to him, he won't attack you. But yeah, if you bring Boone with you, he will just attack everybody. He literally won't. He won't stop.
And he's right to.
He's right to. Yeah, nobody's more morally right to do so than Craig Boone. But
he does go out of his way to at least warn you, be like, "Hey, so game mechanics, I will kill everybody I come across."
He does give you a
he does say that. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, just letting you know, my name's Craig Boone, in case you forgot, and I gotta let you know if we go into the fascist camp, I'm gonna make a fascist carpet out of fascist skin. Okay.
We actually did. The funniest part was that I did spend an unreasonable amount of time trying to have Benny survive all of this. It's horseshit that you can't. You have to do some fucking around to make it work. And I was so excited because I managed to kill everybody in Caesar's tent, right? Mm-hmm. And somehow Benny was still alive at the end. By the way, that's actually hard. If you're not adequately carrying enough stuff, trying to kill everybody in Caesar's tent is actually really hard.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them.
A shit ton of HP too,
they're tough,
and they all just gang up on you, and you're like, oh fuck, oh no, beans. But so I did manage to kill everybody. At one point, I felt I was just like, oh no, I've beefed it, because I hucked a grenade into the other room, and then was just like, I've done it, I've killed him. And then I peeked in there and everybody else was dead, and there's Benny still just tied up like, hey baby. It's like, oh cool, okay. And so I was very excited that I managed to make it work. And then unfortunately he walked out of the tent and was just immediately lit up by everybody in Cottonwood Cove.
Fate that befits Benny.
You know when you're doing Come Fly With Me.
Yeah.
And there's that one ghoul who has set up a kill zone.
Yeah.
And you can talk him down.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Harkness.
Yeah.
No, Harkness is the android from Fallout 3.
He's got an H name, and I thought it was a very similar name.
But him I had stealthed my way through that, so I didn't have to kill any of the Nightkin. Harlan, that's it. But I had stealthed my way through, so I didn't have to kill any of the Nightkin. Mm-hmm. And then managed to talk him down. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go. And then he walked out, and he gets 15 feet, and I immediately hear the sound of a Nightkin screaming. And three of them just kill him immediately.
Oh no.
And I'm imagining Alice being like, oh, I could have prevented that maybe.
Oops, that's brutal. And then I also did a Mr. House. I did a house ending because that just makes sense. Don't let the brain damaged mailman take over New Vegas. Mm-hmm.
I would like to. So I have an idea for an independent run, and then I also have stuff I would want to do for a house run.
Sure.
But I will probably never do a Legion run.
That's
I don't
fine.
really
Legion
care.
is also not one. Nobody cares about the Legion. Two, the Legion is the least fleshed out of all of the routes because they made this game in 18 months, and they're like, we're not going to devote too much time to the fascists. It's fine.
The only reason to ever entertain doing a Legion playthrough, honestly, is just if you're really curious about seeing what they do for the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
and like that's it. There's nothing else there.
You know, completionism's sake, mostly it's just like, what does a Legion playthrough look like? And it's short.
Right.
It mostly looks like my kill everybody playthrough, except you're too afraid to actually kill everybody, so you have to partner with the people who are okay with you killing everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Well, fine. But shit, I lost my train of thought. Oh well. It'll come back to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for stealing your thoughts.
Now
with my potent psychic vampire energy.
Your spores. Yeah. How could you?
You and I, Sarah, I know. Maybe Oates did too, but we played with Viva New Vegas.
Yes. Oates did too.
Okay.
Yeah, we all did. Viva New Vegas is the way to play that game. That game was, for me, I noticed you had a lot of crashes, Ben, because every now and then I saw Ben revving the old lawnmower on Steam, right?
It was, I think the fog in Dead Money
crazy
was messing with things. I had most of my crashes in Dead Money.
There's a few weird parts of how Dead Money renders stuff that Viva New Vegas tries to fix, but it isn't that modelist's fault. It is you're trying to run that game on a nicer operating system, and the engine doesn't know how to handle it.
I also think a lot of it is due to the fact that Viva New Vegas allows for sprinting. Mm-hmm. And when you're going through several loading zones very quickly,
New Vegas gets a little cranky at you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Fallout
really
New Vegas
like
is basically a horse in its temperament.
It's easily
yeah,
spooked.
it gets spooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it sees a bush that it's seen 50 times before, but it looks slightly different today, it'll have a heart attack and immediately die.
This is why I can never upgrade my PC. I truly can't, because at this point, like, I feel like my machine, whatever ghosts are inside of it, has become perfectly calibrated to run Fallout. All Fallout games, right? Because I don't think... No, I had one crash, and it was because I played for 12 unbroken hours. And
that would do it.
At the end, when it crashed, I literally sat there and was like, you know what? No, that one's on me. That was my fault. I'm sorry, New Vegas. My bad.
Between New Vegas and Fallout 4, I've never had a crash that I didn't go, that's on me. That's my fault.
Yeah, I caused that one.
No,
I'm sorry. No.
I look at my mod list and I go, yeah, no, it's unreasonable of me to expect you to run perfectly with all of these things shoved into your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. You stuff its mouth full of bees.
Yeah.
But no, Viva New Vegas made the game run extremely well for me.
Yeah. Aside from that, like, it runs fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It's weird to play that game like running well.
Yeah, I will say, speaking of map design in New Vegas, not just the overworld map, like the Pip-Boy map, but individual locations and whatnot. Yeah, being able to load instantly and having a sprint button saves a lot of time, because there's a lot of areas in that game that are just empty.
Yeah.
Like hey, I did an NCR run. I had to go to Camp McCarran a lot.
Oh, Camp McCarran's brutal. Why is it so big?
Why did they put the airport entrance all the way over there? Why did they do that?
Because they made the game
to make you regret being born.
It's not like it's like, not like it's an area, like the Strip is big, but there's a lot of buildings in it.
Mm-hmm.
Camp McCarran is just empty. It's just tents.
It's just tents.
It's just tents with no one to talk to.
It's really funny. It's
there was no reason.
Why is it's huge too is the thing, and it's really funny. And because they're trying to go for like a semi-realistic scale, but dang y'all, I was trying to find somebody to turn in a quest or to pick up a quest because I was trying to do as completionist as possible, and I think I succeeded. But I was trying to find the guy who runs the first recon team. Like I was trying to find their commander because he's the one who gives you the bounty hunting quest, right? And I had already done all the bounties just by running around New Vegas. So I'm walking around with 3 heads in my backpack. Just like, I gotta get rid of these things, man.
They're starting to stink.
So I had to find the guy who I could give these heads to. And brother, it's so hard to find one random NPC moseying around all of the tents in Camp McCarran.
One random NPC who is dressed like every other NPC in that area.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You have to start looking for guys who aren't wearing hats.
But it's fine. I did do what I think I did just about, except for like a handful of like little minor fetch quest type shit. Mm-hmm. I think I did everything you can do in Fallout New Vegas to the best of my ability.
I thought I did too, and then I got to the ending, and the game was like, the fiends, having never lost their power, wreaked havoc on New Vegas, and I went, oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, right, those guys.
Yeah, those guys. Oops. No,
I think they can stay. I like their funny hats.
I got rid of all of them.
I thought I had killed enough of them that it wasn't a problem anymore, but I forgot that most of them didn't have names.
Yeah, you have to kill specific ones.
Yeah.
That's actually the other time I lost my temper and shot a guy on the face while he was sitting on a throne. So I'm 2 for 2 in Fallout New Vegas when some smug asshole tries to tell me what to do while sitting on a throne. I was like, I'll show you who's going to sit on the throne, you crusty bitch. And so then I domed that guy in the basement of Vault 3 without even thinking twice. I was just like, sayonara, asshole!
Yeah, Rosalie just channeled Sara for like all of 30 seconds.
I was overcome with fury. These fucking assholes in Vault 3 were just like, yeah, they opened the doors for us, and they were so nice and so welcoming and so excited to meet the outside world, and we killed all of them and took over the vault. And I was just like, cool, okay.
You roll up your sleeves.
Shame. Just loading that medicine stick from the gunrunner's arsenal. Just like, shame. Should have told me that one, buddy. You should have kept that one to yourself. Sorry, dog.
Oh, you fucked up big time.
Yeah. And so I saw that problem real fast.
I always like that encounter because the one that's so matter of fact that it makes you feel like they must have had more planned for it and then just went, fuck it.
I mean, you can technically sell chems to them for a bet. Like, the whole thing is that, I mean, it seems like a pain in the ass to go through all of the loading screens for it, but they will buy your drugs off of you at a better rate than merchants will. Because especially if you do the thing, which is what I did, I interacted with the cons first, and I resolved the cons quest line in a satisfactory manner, aka they decided to go to Wyoming and become motorcycle nomads, which is the coolest way to do it. So unfortunately that means, because like the cons were selling drugs to the fiends, right? Like that's where they were getting their psycho hookup. But once I cut them off from the cons, they're like, damn, we need a new psycho hookup. And so they'll buy chems from you at a decent rate, right? But I was like, I have so much money. I have so much money because I have a high luck and I've already been kicked out of 3 casinos. So, yeah, there's really only one thing I'm going to do to you, big dog. So Sorry. Yeah.
I need to kill.
I need to kill these smug motherfuckers. It was great. Felt good.
Doing the cons is funny because it's like you get the thing where it's like, well, if you kill Papa Khan, you can have them join up with NCR. But I'm like, that's not how I would play, right? Like that's not how my character would Alice would handle things. So I had to settle for, hey, can you guys go away? And they went, yeah, all right. And then that turns out that's the best outcome for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's
well, yeah, because they're like, listen, my friends, my sweet brothers, my cons, listen to me. The things I am going to do to this 10 square mile area are going to turn your hair white. You want to be somewhere else.
You want to get so far away from Las Vegas.
And then they learn archery on motorcycles up in Wyoming, actual Mongolian horde. It's the coolest thing.
I am sad. I missed out because you can kind of adjust the ending. I missed the opportunity to give them the books from the Followers of the Apocalypse to have them just become motorcycle archers in fucking Wyoming, which is the coolest outcome ever.
Mm-hmm. There's a setting for a Fallout game,
right?
Yeah,
God, put me in Wyoming so I could run in some motorcycle archer cons. That sounds so dope. But I did still convince them to go run around Wyoming and stay out of trouble and not end up on a fucking NCR reservation.
Yeah.
Bleak.
I love the idea of having a Midwestern Fallout where on the map where should obviously be Milwaukee is just a place called Kubla Khan. Or Xanadu, actually, specifically. Excuse me.
That'd be so good.
That would be great.
The stately pleasure dome, and it's just where a sports team used to play.
They still wear cheese heads, though.
Yeah.
That's your Raider faction, the cheeseheads.
Yeah, the cheeseheads for sure.
I like the idea of the Wisconsin cheeseheads meeting the Green Bay Packers and having a long-standing feud over who gets access to all these pre-war cheeseheads.
Well, the Packers are the cheeseheads.
Are the Packers from the Midwest?
Yeah. Green Bay.
Oh.
Yeah, Green Bay is in Wisconsin.
For some reason I thought they were East Coast because literally the only people I know who ever like the Green Bay Packers are exclusively from West Virginia.
No, that's why MST3K does the Packers running gag so much. Is because they're that Midwestern.
Yeah. They're the Midwest darling team. Yeah.
I literally just was like, I have no idea where Green Bay is, but everyone I know who likes it is from West Virginia, so they must be from around there, I guess.
Nope. The West Virginians just don't have their
Zoop
own
boop
team.
Bloop, shut the fuck up. I don't know shit about football.
They don't have their own team, and I think most West Virginians would sooner die than root for the Pirates, right? Or no, the Steelers. The Pirates. The Steelers are the football team. The Pirates are their baseball team. Excuse me, the Steelers.
My household is one where even though we live proximal to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my parents were old enough that we were a strictly Miami Dolphins household.
That's right.
Oh,
because the Buccaneers didn't come around until later.
And also because the Dolphins were sick at the time. Anyways.
They were...
they were unstoppable,
Are they still the only team to have ever had an undefeated season and then also won the Super Bowl?
I wouldn't... I haven't paid attention to the NFL in a hot minute, so I don't know if that still holds true. I'm going to say yes.
It was true for a very long time, at least.
It's true for
that happened in
long time, yes.
It happened in 1972 or 1974, I think, and then did not ever happen again.
That's correct. So yeah, it's But no, what were we talking about before we started talking about football? The cons. I love the cons.
Love the cons. They're great. Love their outfits.
Just love making friends with the gang of goons who helped me get shot in the head, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Listen,
well, it wasn't all of them. It was just two of them, and they were working for Benny, so fuck them.
Yeah. Those guys. I even let those guys walk away alive. It's like, you know what? You do you, man.
Challenge playthrough where your only two precepts are always do right for the cons, and you've definitely got to have sex with Benny. That's it.
Oh no.
It's called Enemies to Lovers.
Benny's outcome for my playthrough was funny because like I also, when I burst in to kill Caesar, somehow Benny just managed to survive. I didn't even try. He just survived.
Good for you.
And then I was like, well, my options are to like execute him now or to just leave him, to turn him into to the Legion or to let him go. None of those feel appropriate. So the in-lore thing is that Alice just forgot about him.
That's correct.
Like she killed Caesar and then didn't notice that Benny was there and just left.
Just walked off.
And then whatever happens to him after that is a mystery for the ages.
That's right.
Oh, he gets devoured by birds.
Yeah.
Just random birds. They swoop in and peck at the muscle.
Just a big eagle swoops down and picks him up and carries him off.
Yeah. Just flies off. Bye, Benny.
A scorch beast queen somehow managed to survive this long and just swoops down and carries him away.
To make Benny her Scorched Beast king.
I think I had the funniest interaction that I've ever had with Benny during my latest run because I've never had my speech low enough that I didn't realize one of the ways you can try and convince him, because if you're playing a character like Adelaide, you did not pick up any of the evidence to tell Swank that he's a Fink.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way you could convince the cons to help you out, and there's no way you can actually do a speech check to try and convince a guy just through your words and emotions alone. So obviously I ended up locked up in the presidential suite. There is a speech check of like 25 just to get more information out of him, that I couldn't even pass that. And it is literally just, the failed version is, oh, but please come talk to me. I'm not mad. I promise I'm not mad.
See, that's the thing about New Vegas is that even your failed, I almost said roles, but your failed dialogue options are good.
Yeah, no, failed dialogue checks are fun, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Disco Elysium thing where sometimes you want to fail because that also gets you interesting outcomes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things they've talked about in the past is that they wish they had gone a little harder with that, and that speech had done more than just make you avoid combat encounters. Like speech does more than that in New Vegas, but for the most part, it is still kind of just I don't want to do a combat encounter, skill. And they're like, we wish we had done more. Like, we wish we had leaned into it a little bit harder, right? I mean, They made the game in 18 months again. So it's fine that they didn't. Who's going to hold it against them, right?
Yeah. I do appreciate that it's not just speech, right?
Right.
Like, you're in a dialogue, you're getting all different kinds of skill checks to get more dialogue.
Well,
science and medicine, engineering,
everything.
Terrifying presence and searing imperialist give you.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's cool when they also flag your specific perks too, and not just your skills.
Mm-hmm. Like Cherchez la Femme or Confirmed Bachelor. That's the other one.
Yeah,
that's right.
They give you like unique things. I don't know. It's awesome. It's so good.
Yeah, they do a fantastic job of like they give you so many options to resolve a situation that it's not just, do you want to do this violently or non-violently?
Mm-hmm. You want to just talk your way out of it. Yeah, exactly.
Like speech and barter are different things. Like
and you can give yourself more like unique ways to see it resolved with your different dialogue options, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like Hanlon is a really good example. There's tons of ways to handle what's going on with Hanlon at Camp Golf. And I don't know, I think that's really just cool and interesting. There's like a lot. I don't know how they made the game in 18 months.
It's insane.
It is just the Obsidian of the Era special. That's literally all they did.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't.
Right?
I don't. There's so many things that like I can't comprehend how you started and finished this, even with the advantage of working on an engine that's already been made for you. You know, using a bunch of
already exists.
Yeah. like how did you come up with all of this?
Because there's a ton of assets that already exist, but also like there's a ton of new shit too.
Yeah.
Like they don't reuse a lot of, like, there's not that many Mirelurks in New Vegas, you know? Like
there's not a lot of blowflies to fight. The rats
they,
are not, like, you don't fight mole rats, you fight real rats.
Yeah.
They
and then
they didn't reuse the super mutants. They made new models for super mutants.
That's actually not true. They use the Marcus has a unique super mutant model, but the Nightkin have a unique variant, but your standard mutants wandering around, I think, are still just the same super mutants from 3, but with the head straps and stuff that they wear in Fallout 1.
They are different.
Okay.
They're also retextured.
I was gonna say, I think the textures are the one that I think, because I remember in Fallout 3, I always thought they looked kind of like they were made out of WD-40, you know, like you just, or whatever that foam is, that like horrible yellow foam.
Oh yeah,
you spray
foam,
on shit. Yeah, they all the ones in Fallout 3 look like they were made out of that, and you can tell for Fallout New Vegas they went back like, no, they need to look like green and not like they're made of boogers.
Yeah, Fallout 3 super mutants are so bad looking.
Yeah, they but like the models themselves are the same, but they're used not often. You really only fight them in one place, and it's Black Mountain, right? So like you had to make all new assets for pretty much every NPC in the game, except for like raiders, because they're all wearing the same raider gear from Fallout 3. But like all the NCR stuff had to be made new. All of the
Legion armor,
everything everybody's wearing in Vegas, like the Caravaner outfits are all new and unique things. Boomers are all new and unique. Like, yeah, you can reuse vault suits, you can reuse doctor suits, like the outfits that the followers of the Apocalypse are wearing. But there's so much new shit in New Vegas that they made from scratch, on top of writing this game, and we joke that they kind of had a leg up because they reused a lot of stuff from Van Buren. But a lot of stuff from Van Buren got rewritten like super hardcore because they're like, well, it's been 10 years or however long since Van Buren got canned, right?
Right.
And those ideas we had back then, we don't like as much anymore. We want to kind of tweak those ideas and do something more interesting with them. So like, yeah, they had the bones of like Caesar's Legion and stuff like that in Van Buren, but all of that had to be expanded on. And then it all had to have, at the time, it was the most voice acted game out. It had 64,000 lines of spoken dialogue, which is absurd for the time.
And Yuri Lowenthal is 32,000 of them.
That's right, baby!
And Liam O'Brien is probably like 28,000 of them at least.
You just hearing so much Yuri Lowenthal and Liam O'Brien.
They're the two hardest working men in Fallout New Vegas, baby.
And it's Laura Bailey, Liam O'Brien, and Yuri Lowenthal, because Laura Bailey's also fucking everywhere. She's
putting a ton of work in. Laura Bailey's putting in a ton of work, and she gets to be Vera and Christine at the very end of Dead Money. That's her payoff, is that she gets to play like an important character. Good for her. But yeah, no, Laura Bailey's putting in a shit ton of work. Liam O'Brien and Yuri Lowenthal are putting in a shit ton of work. They're still stunt casting the always wonderful, rest in peace, King Rene Aubergenois plays House, and he's so good. House is so great.
Good.
House is such a great character. Like, to actually get to kind of step back and like play the game and exhaust all your dialogue options with him, like he sucks so much ass, but you come away from it. I just think he's great. He sucks.
He's fun, yeah.
But he's fun, right? Like, just this, like, the most stuck up son of a bitch you've ever met. And, like, a guy who's just, like, totally obviously not of the era. I love it. It's so good.
Their arrogance will be their undoing. I suppose there's a lesson in that. Moving on.
Yeah.
Whenever you kill him, your Pip-Boy immediately gets flagged with an obituary that he wrote.
Yeah.
He wrote perfect. An obituary that's like, the world has lost a great mind today.
Yeah.
And then all of the Securitrons on the strip are programmed to print that obituary out and hand it out to everybody. So everybody knows that House is dead. It rules. It's so good. Oh my god. Fantastic character. Just like, the problem is that New Vegas has so much good shit in it. Like, it's actually kind of hard to come up, and like the critiques I've had, I've like talked about on BlueSky, and it's nothing I really want to talk about on the air because it's mostly like questionable female character writing decisions, let's say.
You sense a pattern in your companions' backstories.
Yeah, you're just like, wow, you guys only have the one backstory for every woman in the game who isn't Veronica. Oops. So, it is of its time. It is a game from 2010.
Yeah.
And all of the warts that come with that, unfortunately. But like, it's so good. That's like the thing I come away from it the most. There are parts of New Vegas where I'm playing through it and I was just like, you're talking with these NPCs and everything is so like carefully considered and there's so much thought into like setting and world building and backstory and choice and consequences. And you just kind of take a step back and you're like, we really didn't get another one of these until Disco Elysium, huh?
Like, yeah,
that was probably
that's like the next game that has this much depth in your ability to interact and alter the world.
And
so the thing, now I will say, to its credit, there is one between those that is, I think, comparably good and detailed. It's just that I'm the only one on this podcast who has played it.
What is it?
And that is Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, sure. Another.
But like,
that's the Baldur's Gate guys, right?
Yeah, that's Larian. It's funnily enough, despite Baldur's Gate 3 being called Baldur's Gate 3, it is much more Divinity Original Sin 3 than it is Baldur's Gate 3 in terms of like the game that it is. But I bring this up only because but even then, that's still also a 2018 video game.
Right.
And we just had most of a decade where there was just no good CRPGs whatsoever.
There's really nothing coming out. I mean, now more and more things are kind of trying to take that approach, especially after the success of I gotta play Norco at some point. Everybody says Norco's really good. Of this kind of reactivity and clarity of purpose is the thing that I think stands out the most of New Vegas and its DLC. It's a thing that the thing that probably had me jumping out of my chair the most about Dead Money, but it can apply to the whole game, is that I don't think until Disco Elysium, I've never played a game that so much knew what it wanted to be and then did not for 1 second diverge from it, right?
Right.
New Vegas is a game that knew exactly what kind of story it wanted to tell, the way it wanted to tell it, and the world it wanted to get elbows deep in. And they sat down and they said, how can we do this in the most efficient way possible? Because we only have 18 months to make it. And then then they did it. And it is like laser focused in a way that few things are. Because like video games are a collaborative effort, right? Like, of course they are. And part of collaboration means that sometimes the whims of your collaborators can also be, I mean, that's part of art, is that like your collaborators will influence the thing that you're making, right?
Right.
And when there's a ton of people with a ton of hands in the pot, sometimes it means that things can kind of veer off into multiple directions, and it can feel like things get left on the wayside, or there's a plot idea that didn't get as explored as in-depth as you wanted. Right? Especially a game like New Vegas, which had multiple writers. You have games like Nier Automata is another game that I think has extremely strong clarity of purpose, but it is mostly because of the direction of one person. Right? This is a game that had multiple writers. Avalon, Gonzalez, and Sawyer were the guys doing the heft of the writing. And with additional support from other people as well. But those were the big three. And it's crazy to play a game and really interact with a game that is so... It just felt like all three of them were on the same page at all times. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's really impressive. That's the thing that, like, I was just playing the game and constantly just thinking, like, wow, these guys really knew exactly what they wanted this thing to be.
Not only did they know what they wanted to be, they were able to succeed.
Yeah, there's
pulling
cut content.
off.
Yeah, there's cut content for New Vegas, but not that much. Like, they got pretty much exactly what they wanted.
Like, the way everything in this game interlocks with everything else in the game. Your decisions have consequences outside of the quest that you're in. You know, like, they pulled off what people have been saying was impossible.
Yeah.
Like, how do you consider all of these variations of the world you can exist in?
And more specifically than that, like a reactive world is this idea of like a genuinely political game, right?
Yeah.
Like a game that has thoughts in capital letters about politics in capital letters. Because like it is it's not, without veering too hard into like fucking BioShock territory, like OG BioShock territory, right? Which is a game that's also about politics, but like, you know, like
but it's
about a very specific single political belief.
Yeah, well,
right.
BioShock also has a Deep Space Nine actor playing the role of a primary antagonist.
Yeah, playing your 1950s hyper-capitalist. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then obviously Andrew Ryan and House also in being from the 7th gen era of bad guys who look like mid-century capitalists, both kind of look similar.
That's right. Yeah, they're both pulling from your Howard Hughes and your Walt Disneys, right? Explicitly.
If I had a nickel for every 7th gen shooter that had an unflattering portrait of Harold Hughes / Walt Disney in it, I'd have more nickels than I would expect, frankly.
A surprising wealth of nickels. It's kind of strange, actually.
You'd have enough nickels to open your own city underneath the ocean.
Hey, nice. Or to at least fund an okay video game about it.
But but I will say for Fallout New Vegas didn't trick a high school era Saturn into thinking it would be a good idea to read Atlas Shrugged.
Whoops.
Oops.
Oh, sorry.
Word to the wise. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Can't
Don't
imagine it's a good idea.
On one hand, now here's the thing. On one hand, I do sometimes go like, man, I don't really like consume, like, I don't like make that much time to read or like watch TV or whatever. So sometimes I'm like, how the fuck did I find the energy to read all of Umineko, right? It's like 160 hours of just fucking reading. It's like 500,000 or 1,000,000 words or some crazy shit like that. And I remembered that when I was 14 years old, I read all of Atlas Shrugged, which is itself about 700,000 words.
Listen, Saturn. Peter Parker turned out just fine.
Did he?
He's Spider-Man now.
I would posit that he is in the worst position of his life right now.
Well, I mean, you can't blame you can't blame his handwriting face.
Look, he's a Western comics character. Some libertarian was going to get their hands on him.
You're gonna have to deal with a libertarian at one point or another, and they can't.
It might even be Chris Avellone.
They can't all be Frank Miller. Sorry.
Is that the slogan of New Vegas? You're gonna have to deal with a libertarian sooner or later.
Yeah, actually,
it's not the intended slogan, because Chris Avellone would never allow the indignity of implying that libertarians are annoying.
Chris Avellone.
Chris Avellone. He ruined one half of the DLCs he worked on.
It's really crazy that Chris Avellone, I'm just saying, it's wild that Chris Avellone is responsible for the best and the worst DLC in Fallout New Vegas. How did you do that? Like,
the highest highs and the lowest lows
the
of
man,
New Vegas.
Like all libertarians, he contains multitudes, and half of them suck.
It's crazy. And I've come around, kinda, on Lonesome Road. And I don't... I mean, we've been talking for an hour now. I feel like we've barely even talked about the actual video game Fallout New Vegas. I should have come with notes. I never come prepared with these things.
I'm sorry to be the dead weight here. I, unfortunately, as a reminder, am the one person here who has not played the game in literally more than 10 years and did not bother to refresh before this at all.
That's fair.
It's all good.
Oh, what were you saying, Notes?
I mean, like, I did have questions about, like, how people handled New Vegas, in part because I'm curious as to how everybody feels about New Vegas.
Sure. Hit me. That will help.
It's a good video game, and I'm burning it now. So, Ben very recently dealt with it, and Sara didn't get around to it the first time around. How did you feel about the quest with Hamlin?
I love
Christopherson.
Oh, that was really cool.
I really like Chief Hanlon as a character.
Very interesting situation for him to be in.
Right.
This is a spoilers episode. Can you jog my memory about Chief Hanlon?
Go ahead, Sarah.
Hanlon is the guy who runs Camp Golf, and he's also the guy who's in charge of the NCR Rangers, right? He's the one, it turns out, has been sending bad intel to the NCR itself. Like, nothing that gets anybody killed, but stuff that creates, like, what's the word?
Like, he's talking about how the Legion is employing super mutants, and, like, they're running, like, one camp is getting way too many bullets.
Right, because the deal is that he's creating bureaucratic gridlock is the phrase I was kind of looking for. Because he understands wisely that the NCR can't hold the dam and survive, right? He knows that the NCR cannot support it can't hold Vegas and hope to keep thriving, right? So he wants to kind of engineer like the pullback of the NCR from Vegas in order to spare the lives of like NCR soldiers, right? Because like he understands that this is a losing game. Like even if they win at the dam, something is still going to happen in the next 5 years, and there's no chance of still holding the dam, because like you still got to hold it against like everything else in the East, in like Colorado and shit like that, right? And so you can...
And history proved him right.
And history proved him right, absolutely. So you can like confront him about it and like talk to him through it. like talk him through it and like have him kind of explain himself. He has this like fantastic scene where like you walk out onto the balcony overlooking golf with him to, you know, camp golf with him to talk it out and stuff. And you can kind of help Hanlon sort of either like resolve to essentially kill himself, right? Or to stop like sending these bad orders through the chain and like actually potentially survive and eventually become, in some endings, an NCR senator, which is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And Hanlon's cool. Hanlon kicks ass.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Gargle mold forever kind of guy.
Sort of.
So Saturn. The other thing is, because I know you were the kind of player for it. He's the only one who wields the best revolver in the game, and the only way to get it is to do the quest incorrectly so that he kills himself.
I see.
Right.
He's just like
He's also voiced by country singer Chris Christopherson.
Oh,
and I
didn't know that.
That's nice. That's neat.
Yeah, Vegas has so much stunt casting in it. It's really great.
It's incredible.
It's if you're not voiced by the three you mentioned earlier, then you're like a celebrity stunt cast. Then you're Matthew Perry or Renee Auberjonois or Chris Christopherson.
Or you're that guy that got to play Mr. New Vegas.
Yeah,
who's like an actual like
yeah,
who's like the
Vegas
actual
himself,
yeah.
Or it's just Michael Dorn coming back from Fallout 2 to play Marcus again, which rules.
Hey everybody, it's me, Michael Dorn.
Look,
Hey, it's
I've
me.
said it before. I'll say it again. You cannot go wrong with casting a TNG era Star Trek actor in your thing.
God, I didn't realize how old Wayne Newton is. He is just recently turned 84.
Wow, Mr. New Vegas getting on up there.
I think they've got Elder Scrolls 6 coming out at some point. You get Michael Dorn to voice an orc in that, he'll do it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I would love that.
Let him do
it.
That dude ain't doing nothing as far as I know. Like he's probably game.
But no, I am one of the most interesting things I think about like Fallout New Vegas is the whole this idea, and I mean I don't want to like argue for any one ending being correct. I will argue for the Legion ending being wrong, but
right.
Obviously
the other like the game makes it a point to be like, no, someone is going, like, no matter what you do, someone or some faction is going to suffer based on the decisions you make.
And but I think one of the most interesting things about New Vegas is this idea that you can't hold the dam. Like you can't unless you are House himself, because the Hoover Dam is of Vegas and the House always wins, right?
Right.
So it's this idea that if you are the Legion or if you are the NCR, you can't hold the dam in perpetuity. Something is gonna come and get you. Like the dam is always going to be a point of contention, and if you are a massive empire, this is still the post-apocalypse. You're not like the NCR is not the United States of America. It doesn't have the resources to hold it.
Yeah, you're constantly like when you do an NCR run, you are just getting kind of like, we don't have enough resources, we don't have enough people here. That's why you are doing everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Like one of the most interesting things about New Vegas is how much you represent like the shifting in the balance of power, right? It just takes like one person to come in and nudge things one way or another. And yeah, if you play, like if you do an NCR ending, then yeah, the NCR can hold the dam. But but that's without your intervention, maybe the NCR could win, but not for long, right?
Right.
And like
that's the funniest structure of the four endings to me is the idea. It's like, well, the problem with the Yes Man ending is that obviously hitching everything on the Courier's political whims is a doomed enterprise no matter what you believe, because ultimately the Courier is going to move on and none of this stuff is going to remain. And the secret being, well, yeah, but that's true for literally every ending.
Right.
Yeah.
When you finally get bored and stop being in New Vegas and NCR has to hold the place themselves, they won't. When Caesar's Legion has to hold the place themselves, they won't. House will presumably get killed at some point in the next 5 years.
Please enjoy the Fallout TV show.
Yeah.
What were we saying, Oates?
No, Saturn basically hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
There's like there's no ending where it ends on like a finality of what's going on. It is just, this is the triumphant moment.
Mm-hmm.
There is still a lot of things that are going on around New Vegas. There's no like
history.
Tides are still shifting constantly.
Contrary to what Francis Fukuyama wants you to believe, who is currently, unfortunately, really going through it right now, history doesn't end, actually.
What's the Francis Fukuyama update? I haven't been keeping tabs on that old fuck.
I feel like I saw a post on Twitter the other day about how Fukuyama is just like, I was wrong. History never ends. It's like, yeah, no shit, dog.
I have to stress, because I am, of the four of us here, my undergrad was I am a history major. Like I have a bachelor's in history.
Mm-hmm.
One of the capstone requirements for that degree was taking a class on historiography, which is the study of the various ways, like the lenses of history, like Edward Said's like anti-Orientalist lens, the communist historical materialism lens, so on and so forth. Literally, the entire first week of that class is this fuckhead named Francis Fukuyama once said that the fall of the Berlin Wall is the end of history. We're going to spend the rest of the semester going over why this is maybe the single dumbest thing literally anyone has ever said.
Fukuyama. Sorry, dog.
That's
really
it?
That's beefed it.
That's the last thing in history? Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Fukuyama's whole thing is that, like, with the defeat of the USSR, right, the collapse of Russian communism, the United States had finally defeated its last enemy, and as a result was now like the predominant global hegemon, and thus history was over. Now we could all just coast toward like neoliberal bliss for the rest of time, and what could possibly go wrong?
And part of this specifically, too, was he had this argument that capitalism versus communism was the final ideological debate of humanity. Right. And that ultimately the collapse of the USSR meant that communism had lost. And one of the things we go over is like, yeah, but it didn't. The communism didn't lose. There's still the thing is, if anything, capitalism lost because all the communist countries became capitalists, and now we're in a perpetual state of market agony because everybody's trying to bleed each other dry.
Right, and then
it's like, if anything, the failure of the USSR has proven just how like untenable capitalism is in the long term.
Absolutely.
I want to read his actual quote regarding that, because it actually could slide perfectly into an ending card in New Vegas.
Sure.
What we may be witnessing is not just the end of the Cold War or the passing of a particular period of post-war history, but the end of history as such. That is the end point of mankind's ideological evolution and the universalization of Western liberal democracy as the final form of human government. You fucking idiot!
Has anybody been more wrong
dipshit.
In the history of everything than Francis Fukuyama, right?
It is genuinely like, we will struggle to find incidents of someone saying something more wrong in the future.
He should have to wear a dunce cap for the rest of his life.
Yeah. It's astonishing. And truly, that is what Fallout New Vegas is about, is that, like, one of the most interesting things I think about New Vegas is that it has a history that goes way back before you even showed up, right? Like, before you even were there, one of the big things about New Vegas is learning about the history of a place that existed before you got there. And there's a shit ton of it. There is all of the stuff about the NCR, which, you know, it forms the backbone of 2 previous Fallout games. All of the stuff involving Caesar Legion. One of the primary reasons you hang out with Raoul is so you can learn more about what the eastern part of the Southwest looked like before the Legion rolled through it. Is Raoul's opinion of things a little wrong-headed? Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, but
don't
he's old.
worry about it. He's old. It's fine.
Listen, that's Danny Trejo for you.
Yeah, my man. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Fallout New
Danny
Vegas.
Trejo will absolutely voice any kind of old Hispanic guy who has absolutely wretched personal politics that you want him to.
That's 100% correct. Yes.
Now I will
Danny Trejo, whose main acting role that I know him for is the rapist from Con Air, will in fact do anything you want him to.
I will point out that Danny Trejo considers Raul to be a good guy because he does not explicitly die at the end of his story.
Well, Danny Trejo can be wrong.
Which, by the way, that is one of my favorite like acting quirks ever. Mm-hmm. Is that Danny Trejo will play a villain, but that villain has to die spectacularly.
That's really funny.
He will not he will not play a villain that does not get his at the end.
See that's why Danny Trejo is respectable and The Rock is not, because Danny Trejo's like, well, I'll play a villain, you just have to blow him the fuck up.
Absolutely.
His character in Yakuza 8 gets eaten by a giant shark. It rules.
Sick. But no, there's so much like history that exists in New Vegas before you show up, and debatably, you also have some history. How do I feel about that history being introduced? Don't worry about it. I don't like it very much. But you also have a history. The world has a history. And you get the sense, because the ending cards of New Vegas are good, because ending cards are cool. Bethesda. Ending cards are very cool. You get the sense that you existed in this history for like a very short period of time. But I mean, the tagline of the whole fucking series is War Never Changes. And that's because War Never Changes means, like, it's not just that, like, people be killing each other in war all the time. It's saying war is going to keep happening because history never ends, right? You existed in Fallout New Vegas for a very brief amount of time, but because of the way New Vegas is structured, that world keeps existing. That history keeps going on. And you get a great sense of that in New Vegas just by finishing it, right?
It's very funny to me that one of the most, like, definitive, finality statements in all of New Vegas is in Old World Blues. Where one of the endings you can get is the implication that the courier just fucked off and lived in Old World Blues for the rest of their life. They lived in Big Empty. Yeah. They just kept going back to Big Empty until they died.
Yeah.
That's it. Every other ending card is just like, and then the next chapter of their life began, because this wasn't the end for them. Stuff kept happening.
Stuff kept happening. The world, the world spins madly on, right?
Yeah, you were a pivotal moment at this point in history, and then the vector that you changed the direction of New Vegas into, it continued to go in that direction.
Right. And
it does make me think that, like, a Fallout New Vegas style RPG with the specific way, its quests are laid out, its consequences are laid out, whatever, would be a great fit for one of those, like, Meiji Restoration games about the Shinsengumi and whatever.
God, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's it called? Like, Samurai something or other 4 or whatever, where you just make choices and the game changes very wildly.
Yeah, Way of the Samurai?
Yeah.
God, that would fucking rule.
Yeah, no, I would love a fucking Shinsengumi New Vegas, like. Yeah, that sounds sick as hell, actually. Thanks.
Takeuchi, call us.
Yeah.
We got ideas.
We're full of them. We will write your next FGO Gouda Gouda event.
I'll put Astolfo in it for some reason.
Why is Astolfo
I know what sells.
Era Japan? I think a Shinsengumi Astolfo would be really funny. They should do it.
The thing about Shinsengumi Astolfo is that he would not be distinguishable in any way from either normal Astolfo or any given member of the Shinsengumi.
Correct.
I wonder how the Astolfo mod looks for New Vegas.
Astolfo mod for New Vegas?
I'm sure it exists.
That has to exist.
I know it exists for Left 4 Dead.
Yes, I mean, there's like anime girls all over, like anime girl mods all over the place. I imagine like an Astolfo mod's Like
It's
It has
somewhere
to
in there.
exist. It has to exist.
If it doesn't, listener, it's on you. I'm not doing the work.
Anyway, I think they need to show a lot of restraint and constantly have all of the Shinsengumi referred to Astolfo off screen until the last chapter, and then you see them for like exactly 2 lines of dialogue.
That's really good. They're still the 5-star servant for the event. But no, I don't know. It's hard to talk about New Vegas because it's very dense, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of moving parts in the game. There's a lot of stuff I just like, and that's kind of what makes it hard to talk about. But I think the thing that because a game, the reason we talk about Fallout 4 so much, despite my not thinking is very good, is that you can talk about a 7 out of 10 for literally the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, it's always going to drive you crazy. There's so much potential built into it. There's so much of the good that you can see, and that the negative stands out even more.
Right. A 10 out of 10 is just it's good. How do I express that to you? It's good.
It's so dense that it's really hard to unpack.
Right.
And pick apart. Because it's at any given point, you're like, okay, but I need to describe more than the sum of the parts. I need to talk about the parts themselves.
Yeah, and how do I talk about the parts themselves? There's so many little things I love about New Vegas. It all feels like it comes back to this sense of being a thing that has always existed. That it's not just a game world. You know what I mean?
I adore the music in it. It's so good to listen to.
The music and also the radio picks are obviously all-time classics, but the game music itself is beautiful.
It's fantastic.
I can tell there are parts where you come across areas especially as you walk up to Jacobstown, but there's multiple parts throughout the Mojave Outpost, as you get close to California, where it'll start playing Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 music.
They play the cathedral theme in certain parts of the game. I think it's just fantastic. I mean, just audio callbacks to Fallouts 1 and 2 are great, right? To just pull and again, it kind of ties even more so into the world itself. The world of New Vegas is, to me, the most interesting part, by a long shot. It is. It's this idea of. It's, again, I brought it up earlier. It's the cowboy movie idea that the frontier isn't closed yet, but it's closing, right?
Right.
Yeah. You are at the end of the era of cowboys. You are one of the last cowboys, if you choose to be, right?
You are cowboy remnant.
You are cowboy remnants, exactly.
That is the plot of Red Dead Redemption, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's as civilization encroaches onto Vegas as a region, the frontier world, no matter what ending you pick, the frontier closes. That's the biggest thing, is that
right.
Unless you pick independent, and even then independent has its own problems because you've lost the freedom, you, the courier, have lost the freedom of the frontier to manage Vegas, right? If you give Vegas to somebody else, they will close the frontier instead. If you give Vegas to House, specifically Good Springs falls under House's surveillance, right?
Right.
And he says it's because he's protecting the town that his best lieutenant came from, but it's surveillance.
Right. He's spying on people.
He's spying on them. If you pick an NCR sheriff for Prim, but you still give Vegas to House, then he punishes Prim, right?
Right.
He hits them with way higher retribution, stuff like that. If you give it to the NCR, then the NCR sweeps into Vegas and it just becomes part of the NCR, and that's the end of the frontier. It's certainly the end of the frontier when Caesar's Legion comes into town, right? Like, then you've just got, fascist dictatorship and a slave economy, essentially. Like, it's this idea of the last, and it's kind of interesting that, like, this is the last Fallout game of its breed, probably ever, unless somebody pulls their head out of their ass at Microsoft and doesn't let Bethesda make Fallout 5 if they actually wisely give it to somebody else.
Or if they at least go, no, Bethesda Austin, stop making Fallout 76, you are now developing Fallout 5 with your knowledge or something. Because, like, if they let Bethesda have its way, they're not making a Fallout 5 while Fallout is culturally relevant to literally anyone.
Yeah. I would fucking love another Fallout that is in a settled location like this.
Yeah, and it's interesting that New Vegas is about the end of kind of that whole era, because it was in the real world too, right?
Yeah.
Like, to me, I think that's the most interesting thing, to take a step back, because now New Vegas is 15 years old because it came out in October of 2010, right? And, to take a step back, I know. And to realize that, like, it was the kind of the end of an era for, like, the whole series in a way. And that's what the game is about too. It feels like one last hurrah for the Fallout 1 and 2 era before like all of this has to go away. And it's, I don't know, it's very interesting. It's a game that's just like, it's just so full of that kind of stuff. And it's about, like, not being able to let go in, like, a thing.
The hardest part is letting go.
The hardest part is letting go. And it's very, very compelling. Like, so many plot lines are about that, even before you get to the DLC, which is, like, that's the thesis statement of DLCs especially, is that you have to let go to begin again, right? And so much of, like, but the base game of New Vegas is about that too. It's about, like, the structures of the old world and how all three of them are, new, House says, if you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the window, right?
Right.
And it's very much like he's kind of positing that I am going to make a new kind of world, but it's just capitalist autocracy that already exists, dog.
It's just the same thing. He's just doing it again.
You're not doing it. You're trying to recreate the old world the way you remember it. You want Vegas to be like the Vegas you remember before the world ended. You're not actually doing anything new. And
I think it is the funniest limit of New Vegas's 4 factions, that ultimately the problem with House is that even though he's a significantly more intelligent guy, him and Caesar both have the thing in common where it's like, well, we're, charming to the people who listen to us, which is why everybody takes us seriously, but we're both just like delusional reactionaries at heart.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
Like, fucking Caesar and his Hegelian dialectics. It's not Hegel, but whatever. Him and his fucking dialectics, right?
Caesar, and he read an intro to philosophy book on dialectic once about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And has been carrying that like a sword.
It's worth
find it now.
Pointing out that in the stats, Caesar has an intelligence of 4.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's great. It's perfect. No, absolutely. Of course he has an intelligence of 4.
Well, I mean, that's the brain tumor talking.
That is the brain tumor as well.
the brain tumor only brought it up from a 3.
But yeah, no, you're right. There's so much. There are a lot of like similarities between House and like Caesar, especially. Like there is no like great man running the NCR, right?
There's Kimball, but he's not really the forefront of it,
The big thing about
in a lot of playthroughs, he'll bite a bullet to the brain,
absolutely. Like he gets domed in a lot of endings,
and not even because you tried to, just because it happened because you weren't there.
Yeah.
or even funnier, if you manage to save him and you work for House just waddles up to you and goes, I predict that this guy's gonna be so humiliated he'll kill himself within a year.
Yeah, which is my favorite. The thing is, part of what the NCR, part of the reason the NCR is struggling is, if I'm remembering correctly, Kimball is the first president after Tandy.
Yes, that's actually a really big point, is that Tandy had been president for 56 years.
Yeah. She was president for a crazy long time. So the NCR is floundering because they have lost their great man, right?
Yeah.
And now they're kind of directionless, in the face of essentially their great leader.
That's actually something that I know that Caesar brings up.
He does specifically bring it up. Yeah, absolutely.
The NCR was doing great when they had one single president for 5 decades straight. Mm-hmm. And then now they've got some schmuck.
He's just some asshole, and he's squandering the East and hurling NCR resources at this dam that they don't even really need. They're doing fine. The NCR is doing well, and trying to hold the dam is making their lives harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think all of that's interesting. There's so much similarities between Caesar and House, and the not having that kind of force in the NCR is kind of, its absence draws puts a light on the other two as a result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Because Kimball is weak and ineffectual, and C doesn't that kind of prove House and Caesar's point, which no, it doesn't, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's just different perspective.
But it's just different. Yeah, it's different perspectives. It's different wrong-headed approaches to society, a post-nuclear society.
I think the game would have been lessened if Kimball was a powerful, intelligent, charismatic individual that you interacted with on a frequent basis, right?
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
Because
yeah.
All three of these factions, it's what I like about them is that all three, and 4 if you want to include Yes Man, is that they're all structured differently. Mm-hmm. You're not running into counterparts. Right. Depending on which a lot of these games that offer quote unquote choice is that you can talk to this guy, or you can talk to the same guy wearing blue,
right,
on the other side,
right.
And the NCR faction does not work in New Vegas if they have George Washington and not James Adams or John Adams or whoever the second guy was.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Another important thing is that also when you're introduced to all of the vying positions and whatnot, when you meet House, you immediately get his deal, and you also immediately see his flaws because he's such a stuck-up fucking asshole.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's
with Legion, you are immediately met with their atrocities, and then you meet their emperor, and he's just a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And he's just
but if you're also an idiot, then you don't realize you're an idiot, and then you spend your entire Facebook posting career going, wait a minute, but Caesar's pretty based, though.
Right.
But the thing with the NCR is you never meet Kimball. You meet General Lee Oliver.
Right.
Yeah.
You meet the bureaucracy of NCR.
Absolutely.
It's your immediate with each one of those three factions. You're as soon as you're introduced to them, you're also immediately introduced to their biggest flaw. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it's really smart how they did that. With the NCR, it's just the system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's crushing the NCR is its system. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are their own worst enemy, because there's so much NCR presence throughout New Vegas. You're running into patrols all over the place. There's always an outpost here and there. There's a camp, all this stuff. And then you talk to everyone, and everyone says, yeah, we're stretched so thin. I can't get guys over here. I can't, we're trying to reorganize. I've been waiting on medical supplies for weeks now, and I can't get anything.
We haven't had a latrine in 6 years.
Yeah.
Our water supplies are running low. We think someone is hijacking our water, but we can't send anyone to investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that you're not meeting President Kimball, this charismatic, well-spoken individual, because he wouldn't be there.
No. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
Like, and actually, and just to kind of like, I wanted to like run that back to Caesar again. One of my favorite things about that first meeting with Caesar and talking to this stupid asshole is like, and because it's so okay. One of the things you read, there's a ton of interviews, obviously, because this game's 15 years old, and Josh Sawyer will answer anybody's question about Fallout New Vegas on Tumblr back when he had a Tumblr, right? One of the things that you can see him struggling with, struggling against, is the perception that the Legion are Romans. But they're not. Right. They're fascists, right? Mm-hmm. And so people keep asking him questions about, well, if the Legion are Romans, why did they do this? Why do they treat women that way? Why do they treat slaves that way? And he's constantly being like, you don't understand. They're not Romans. They're the Legion. They're fascists.
They're cosplaying.
Right? Fascism is literally like one of the operating things is wearing the bones of a fake history you don't understand and pretending that you do.
Absolutely. And one of the things that is so like interesting and compelling to me, and one of the things is because like fascists are so stupid and small-minded, is you meet Caesar and he's a moron from the word go. But the thing that always gets me, and maybe it's just because it's so, again, the game is more relevant in 2026 than it was in 2010, is how vile and just like crude Caesar is.
Yeah.
He does not speak intelligently. He's just crude and disgusting and like rude and
he's like a gym teacher, Yeah, he's not.
There's like script notes, I think, for his that are provided for the actor. That is like, you need to read this like the sleaziest, lowest ranked mob boss you can possibly read it.
Yeah, he does strike you as just a gym teacher, as like a guy who never moved on from high school, somehow founded a fascist empire in Colorado. Well, in Arizona, but still.
Anyway, did y'all know that the anime Revolutionary Girl Utena is really good?
Yeah, that's it. These assholes who never move on from high school, right?
Yeah, no, he's... Caesar is a guy whose Twitter profile is him wearing sunglasses in the driver's seat of his truck.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's so striking because like you meet these Legion guys out in the world, and they're all like always true to Caesar and all that horse shit, right? Mm-hmm. And like you just, before you meet him, you have this image in your head of like, oh, like a Julius Caesar, like a real fucking guy, right? But Caesar looks, and he's doughy and balding, and he's got brain cancer, and he's just so like small and pathetic and gross. He would be impotent.
He would be selling he would be like selling Patriot coffee on Twitter.
I was like literally in the way that like Revengeance gets a lot of credit for its prescience in reusing that old Ronald Reagan campaign slogan in Senator Armstrong's dialogue. The design for Caesar was really prescient in predicting who would be running America in approximately 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I guess that's the thing is like when you play this game in 2026, right? You're just like, oh, he's just like a vulgar little man that all of his toadies just kind of hype up to be like so smart and badass, and it turns out like he didn't even do all the work. That guy he lit on fire and threw into the Grand Canyon did all the work, right? And now he's like floundering in the face of like fighting this second fight at the Hoover Dam, and he's just so like, I'm gonna bring my biggest dick guy, because like Linnaeus is his name is basically like Big Dick McGee, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna bring my biggest, manliest, most badass Leggett from Arizona or fucking wherever.
And then Rosalie shows up like, you should kill yourself.
Yeah, and then
Rosalie just domes this guy without even thinking. Like, God, I'm sick of hearing you talk.
Alice literally just like had a brief flash of brilliance and said, yeah, if you take the dam, you're just gonna lose it again. And he went, shit, I didn't think of that.
It's just so, like, I don't know. I'm really glad, truly. Like, I know they had plans for more shit with Legion, and they were like, we gotta make this game in 18 months, so we gotta cut all this shit out of Legion. And honestly, I think New Vegas is a stronger game for it.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
For not entertaining the idea that your literal fascists carting around literal fascies, right? Like your fucking, your bundle of sticks with a fucking, like your Labras, right? Like carting around your fucking Labras. Like, not entertaining for a second that these people can contain any degree of depth.
Yeah,
right?
like their whole thing is LARPing as a bunch of Roman centurions and literally crucifying and burning people.
Yeah.
They're not a legitimate presence.
No, not at all. They're not an actual force for like the wasteland, and they never could be, because it's all a dead end. Right, like real fascism. Imagine that.
Right.
Oh. I was just like a thing, because again, like I did not engage with the game very hard when I first played it. You know, I was a dumbass 20 something.
Yeah.
I guess that dates how old I actually am. Don't read into that too much.
You were 20.
From a 20 loud truck drives by, bearing its horn. You didn't really, really engage with it at the time. And then you take a step back now as like an adult ass adult. You play New Vegas, and that's what I was talking about like earlier. Is this like clarity of purpose, right? Of just like knowing exactly what its politics are and what it wants to say about like the real world via a video game, which is that fascists are stupid and you shouldn't listen to them ever.
Because like yeah, and because like part of the strength, and like this is why again, like I was like, yeah, like Fallout 4 is more fun to play, but New Vegas is the better RPG.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's not even like from a mechanical design thing, but it's because when you come into New Vegas and it's like, we know the things that this game is about on a thematic level. We know the things that we believe, we know the points we want to make, whatever. It means that as long as you have those points there, anything you write in the game, you can go, well, how do I tie this back to my central points? And then you find something and it makes it more resonant with the whole, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then for Fallout 4, where you're just like, well, people liked the factions in Fallout New Vegas, so I guess we'll also do factions.
Yeah.
And as a result, none of them really have any kind of coherent resonance with each other. Like, I guess there's a thing with the synths, and we're having it be a stand-in for American history of slavery for some reason.
For reasons, for ideas.
It's a connection. It has meaning. What does it mean? It has meaning.
It has meaning. You're so close to saying, you come so close to saying something interesting about the Brotherhood of Steel, and then you take a step back from it at the last second, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're like, well, guys, like, I mean, yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel, they're pretty rough, but like, I mean, they are pretty cool, though, right, guys?
Cool, right? Though, right? And it's like, and then you play this game, and again, the Brotherhood suck and are useless and bad, and everybody...
You have to blow them up.
You have to blow them up in pretty much every single ending, unless you're able to like really make them work with the NCR, and that is like a thing that is not going to last, right? And
it explicitly doesn't.
It explicitly doesn't. And then, or you do the thing again where you spare them in the Yes Man playthrough, and again, it's not going to last. It explicitly doesn't.
It immediately turns into them turning into raiders.
Yes!
Just flat out.
I'm imagining the Obsidian version of Fallout 4 and just meeting Obsidian Elder Maxon, and he is nakedly like a guy who cosplays in like Hitler memorabilia and posts on Twitter, and like that's it. And like anytime you see him, he's sitting at his desk and he never actually does anything and clearly has no idea what he's talking about.
Absolutely, 100%, right?
It's very funny, like, or like not just funny, but like fascinating, like thinking about the show and its treatment of the Brotherhood of Steel, versus how this faction ends up in New Vegas, right?
Sure.
Like on that same idea as like the faction in New Vegas collapsed in on itself. The ones that we see in the show are a different branch.
They're from the West Coast. They're from out in LA. Like Maximus and them. They're from out. I think they're out from out in LA. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they were they're from at least from the area like around where they're from Shady Sands area. So they're presumably all Californians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all from Mariposa.
Okay. So they're the Mariposa guys. That makes sense for being like weird, kind of like being the weird Christian, like sort of like they're doing like weird like Christian ritual shit by blessing their armor and stuff. And then if it's like, oh, they're the ones from Mariposa. Oh, so they're the actual like descendants of the troops. Okay, that makes sense then. All right, fair. Yeah. No.
You're telling me the descendants of the troops have like weird Christo-fascist shit going on?
I know that. I know.
Strange.
Shocking, I know. Strange.
But like, it's just
don't be too surprised.
Like the people complain a lot about how the show like wipes out a lot of these factions. You know, kind of cleans the slate in terms of like where the NCR ended up, where the Legion ended up, where the Brotherhood ended up, and all that. It's like, well, yeah. Didn't you play New Vegas?
Yeah, I think I think there are valid critiques to be made of the show, and I don't want to make this too much about the show because we talked about it,
right? But it's worth bringing up in comparison.
Absolutely. But there are valid critiques to be made of the show, but absolutely one of the biggest things is that New Vegas is about like how all of this is temporary. Even one of the biggest things is that and one of the things I don't mind about Lonesome Road is that like Ulysses is like, yeah, no, these fucking crawler things are gonna make their way to New Vegas eventually. And when they do, it's all over. Right? Like the burrower fucking monsters, whatever they're called.
Burrowers,
the lizard men.
Yeah, they're like, this is all temporary, even with House. You know, the fact that the show seems to settle on a sort of pseudo like independent Vegas ending, which I think is probably if you had to pick a canon ending for Fallout New Vegas, it probably should be, because it's the most textually interesting of the four.
And it's the one that's like most true to, I think, the character of the courier, however you play them or not, which is I showed up, I was really mad that someone shot me in the head, so I stirred a bunch of shit, and when I was satisfied, I left.
Right, exactly. Right. And then things kind of fell apart in the aftermath, right?
And that version of the courier is the one that Ulysses is right to hate.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're doing Lonesome Road again. All right, cool. It's I think it's interesting. I think it makes sense for the show to kind of textually fall on the independent Vegas, and to have it fall apart basically instantly, because of course it would.
Of course it would. Right? The whole point is like every faction admits we're not sustainable.
Right.
Like we want to secure the Hoover Dam to stall for time, essentially.
Right.
To give us a leg up to last a little bit longer before we fall apart.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like House is the only guy who seems to have an idea of how to actually keep all the holes plugged, but also he's like a 200-year-old piece of beef jerky in a glass tube.
Right.
Right.
You know?
And House is explicitly only concerned with the people in his in-group. He does not care about the people in Freeside. He does not care about the people in North Vegas, any of that stuff. And that works for him now, and if you empower his Securitron army, then he can probably maintain an iron grip on Vegas for another 15, 20, 30 years, right?
Until the last fluid ounce of water in his body finally evaporates and he dies.
Or until one freak power outage.
One freak power outage, one...
Oops, the lights flickered. He shut off.
He's like, don't worry, I have backup power. And then he's like, what do you mean a colony of rad ants has been eating my backup fusion cells?
Yeah, all it takes is one thing. Like, you can't have a society of haves and have-nots that is as stratified, because again, we are finding ourselves in the actual historical cool zone right now. You cannot have a society that is as stratified of haves and have-nots as what Vegas has, and not expect something to pop off in the next 10 years. All it takes, even if there is no power outage, all it takes is one guy getting into the lucky 38 and getting one lucky shot off. And suddenly, Vegas doesn't have its strong man to lead it anymore, and you've got anarchy again. Right?
It takes one guy in the NCR with a suit with like clearance to wear power armor, getting blackout drunk one night and deciding, I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or what happened in the show, which is, hey, hole got in the wall and a bunch of Death Claws got in.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all it takes. There it is. Whoops. Oops. Oopsie poodle. Things went bad. So, I don't know. I don't mind. I truly don't mind the show kind of setting things back to zero, because it was always going to happen. I mean, you literally have the option to do it in Lonesome Road. Even Lonesome Road is like, it's absolutely feasible for these two societies to collapse within the next 10 years. We're going to give you a button to press if you want to help speed it along, right? Yeah.
And you do, because then you can go fight a bunch of ghoulified legion and get some funny guns.
And you get some cool armor out of the deal from both sides of the two places that got blown up. I didn't, because I was trying to play a pacifist. But
yeah, I didn't do. I think next time I'm at least going to blow up the legion.
And I respect you, but I'm also empowered by chaos. I think if Pup was there, she would have blown them both up.
I will say the long 15 of the two options, the long 15 is the funner bonus dungeon to wade through. I'd rather fight the extremely cool NCR bosses that they have for it. Very fun.
I will say I did think about it a little bit. I still don't know what Pup would be in the Fallout 76 setting, right? As a bespoke person. But in the world where she's the courier, right? It's ride or die Mr. House until she has the occasion to get curious and go take a look at him, and as soon as she sees his leathery ass, it's yes man all the way. She's like, ew.
You're not a beautiful woman. I gotta get out of here.
You're not even a handsome old guy. You're like a mummy.
Gross.
I do think it's very funny that you go down and you see the withered old beef jerky Dr. House or Mr. House.
Yeah. Then, you see that little glass tube of Slim Jim in there.
And then your options are to either just shut the machine down or to send an electric shock to his brain, right?
Or just shoot him.
Yeah, or just shoot him. If you press the electric shock button, he does fucking explode.
Yeah.
And it was, I'll be honest, it was a little unsettling to watch that mummy just explode for me. It's like,
they didn't have Harold in this game, so they had to give you another option you could feel kind of... Yeah, they had to let you kill another really old guy that you'd feel kind of bad about just for how graphic it was.
Yeah.
I genuinely love putting him back into his case, because Renee Auberginois' read of "May there be a black Tartarus for you."
It's so
just
good.
Great. Just
what
good.
A great phrase. May there be a black Tartarus for you. Again, just fantastic dialogue writing.
Yeah, excellent writing.
Tons of excellent dialogue writing in New Vegas.
The fucking thing is they had 18 months and they wrote more dialogue than Fallout 3 had. Fucking how?
That's not hard. Fallout 3 doesn't have any dialogue worth actually.
But this is also but it's worth noting this is just that era Obsidian special, because it was the same shit with KOTOR 2 as well.
True.
Yeah,
that is a infinitely more narratively ambitious and narratively compelling version of the first game, and they had less than a year to make it, I think.
That's crazy. How did they do it? I mean, God, video games back.
They didn't finish it in KOTOR 2's case.
I guess that's true. They literally didn't finish it. That's a good point. Yeah.
I feel like part of it is also the crunch of having a deadline means that they can't afford to throw things out Like, there's always like a pruning process, and that got shortened too.
Right.
So they just kept everything.
Absolutely.
They had to, they couldn't, they didn't have the luxury of cutting anything. They had to make it work instead.
I wonder, I do wonder if maybe KOTOR was KOTOR 2 was a instructional experience for them when it came to New Vegas. They realized, like, okay, we had tons of ideas in KOTOR 2, and a lot of them ended up on the cutting room floor. We have to be absolutely brutal and kill our darlings about certain ideas if we're gonna get this thing made in 18 months, right? Like,
I would believe that. I haven't done a comparison of the credits, but I know Chris Avellone was a lead writer on both of those. You know,
I wonder how many of those darlings from KOTOR got their names changed and were put in New Vegas instead.
I don't know. I feel like not many, because so much of the game is borrowing from Van Buren, right?
I was also going to say that part of this too is that, like, if anything that had its name changed from KOTOR 2 is something that made it into Final KOTOR 2, because it's like, Ulysses is basically Kreia, because that's just an archetype of character that Avellone likes to write.
Right, like the turbo hater kind of character. Yeah.
Yeah. Fallout New Vegas, a perfect, genuinely one of the greatest CRPGs ever made, and maybe a perfect video game, even with all of its faults, would have still found a letter grade to go up if it literally had Kreia in it.
It just imported Kreia.
If Ulysses was a guy who would
just
imagine if Ulysses, instead of only being in Lonesome Road, was a guy who would show up at, like, literally teleport in out of nowhere at quest decisions to criticize decisions you made, no matter what those decisions were.
Well, that's the thing, is that's what he was. Yeah. Ulysses was initially planned to be a companion instead of which is, like, a lot of his dialogue is, this is a thing that Oates has told me before, and a thing that I've like read about since then. A lot of his dialogue is just dialogue from when he was a companion, right? And they were just like, well, shit, we don't have time to implement him as like because he was going to be like your Legion companion,
right?
Which frankly probably would have been better than Lonesome. Honestly, that's kind of the one thing that's kind of a bummer, is that they didn't implement, because I think I would have come away from liking that character more if he had just been a companion who was constantly questioning you, right?
Mm-hmm. If they made this game like now, like if it was given the Fallout 4 treatment, instead of there being Lonesome Road, it would have been, we redid the Legion quest line, and this is the Legion quest line expansion where it now has a full quest line, and also this guy.
Yeah, and Ulysses is also is actually your companion, and so all of his, like, you know, kind of poking and prodding at your, like, choices through the game happen more organically than just kind of every time you enter a new area, he takes over Eddie and calls you a bitch.
Right.
Because it would
genuinely be so funny. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm Ulysses. I'm with the Legion. I'll help you out, whatever. And he's like, and you're like, damn, this guy really just seems to, like, never like anything that I do. And you find out later that he didn't meet you. He's known you the entire time, and he's literally formulating all his political opinions based on whatever you pick must be the wrong and stupid.
Ulysses really does feel like that fucking panel of Namor walking around being like, this is ridiculous. A dog, a barrel, how foolish.
Cut content Ulysses much like Oberon in this way.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to understand, I am ontologically bound to be your hater.
Absolutely.
You cannot say anything to impress me.
Yeah, that's true.
I loved this, like, one of the things that I did think was interesting is that, like, he was going to, like, a lot of his cut content is like a dialogue quest, of which most of Lonesome Road pulls from. Mm-hmm. Like, they just recycle his lines. Was that he really struggles at just being a Legionnaire, mm-hmm. because he just is so stuck in his tribal roots. And at one point, you can just try and convince him, and he will take he will do the opposite of what you say, because, like, reverse psychology is the only thing that works on him.
Yeah. Great. Honestly, when you frame Ulysses as just like an ontological hater, that character rockets really high up the tier list for me. Once you understand that he just kind of hates you no matter what you do.
Yeah,
I'm like, actually, no, that's a really funny character. Never mind. Maybe
that's because that's what Chris Avellone wanted to do, because that's his favorite kind of character to write, as evidenced by Kreia. He just loves to give a player someone who is their dedicated hater, but also, like, on their team.
Yeah. It's that's kind of funny, actually. You know what? Maybe it's fine. Maybe Lonesome Road is fine. It's still my least favorite of the 3 or the 4. But,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Lonesome Road is fine.
It's a horrible slog, and it's like stitched together Frankenstein style from all the parts of the shit they couldn't use. But like, I would say like I don't like Lonesome Road that much, but I tend to have a warmer opinion on it. Not because I like any of its messaging really worked that hard for me, but like, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I think the career backstory is okay. I like it well enough. But like, for me, it's mostly just like I like. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? There's like a literary term. It's like lacuna, right? And it's like the gap. I think there's 2 gaps, right? And it's the gap between the audience and like the text that they're reading, and then also the author's gap between the thing that they are envisioning and the thing that they make.
Sure.
And I like anything that's like, here is the space between. Right.
Yeah,
like here's me trying to tell you about all the ideas I had that I couldn't make it into the text. It warms to me in that regard.
Sure, absolutely. I super get that. It's like it's probably the closest the game comes to like looking at you and talking to you, right?
Yeah. I like that.
I think it's okay. I kind of the more I sit with Lonesome Road, and again, we've already been talking for 2.5 hours. I knew we were going to need another episode for the DLC.
We're going to do another episode, don't worry.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
I have a lot of DLC thoughts that could not be captured in the next half hour.
It's our 10th anniversary, so we're entitled to a 10th anniversary Game of the Year edition next week.
That's right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
10th anniversary part 2.
I just think my favorite thing about like how much of a hater Ulysses is if you are a bad enough dude to just walk into Lonesome Road immediately before you've developed any relationship with any of the factions, you cannot speak to him no matter how high your skill level get, like how high your speech skill is. There is no way you can talk him down into just talking with you and coming to a peaceful solution.
That's funny.
Because he thinks that you are bona fide insane.
I guess that's true. Because
because he has no read on you and just thinks you're a psychopath.
That makes perfect sense, because to him, and like in his like from his view, right? You blew up the divide, moseyed off for a little while, got shot in the head, and then just kind of came back and don't know why. Right?
Crawled out of the grave and then immediately pulled your sorry hide over to his super fun Deathclaw pit maze.
Like, the way he words it, he's just like baffled and confused and scared as to why all of the meaning he has put into your actions doesn't mean a thing, because you're just this brain damaged psychopath who's just been like
total tabula rasa
their way through life.
You've been running on autopilot.
Yeah, very funny. I love that. I really like New Vegas. New
Vegas is so fucking. The thing is, everyone was right.
Everybody was right, and I'm really annoyed by it. I'm really, really annoyed by it, because I can feel myself turning into one of those New Vegas fans that I hate. But I can feel myself becoming one of them in real time, where I'm like, well, this could be more like Fallout New Vegas. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
it turns out when you play like a really good CRPG, you look at other CRPGs and go, fuck, what if they were more like this good CRPG?
Yeah, what if they were more like Disco Elysium and Fallout New Vegas? Imagine that.
And that's not even unique to those games either. Like sometimes I'll like try like an actual like isometric CRPG, and I'll play it for a little bit and I'll bounce off, and it's like, I mean, like, but they had like the tile chemistry system that in like Divinity Sin 2, where you could like throw an oil barrel and it would dynamically spread oil on the ground, and then you could light it on fire and whatever. And why doesn't your game have that? It's bad now.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they do remake New Vegas and they put just one settlement that I can build,
just one,
it's fucking over. It's fucking
okay.
It's game over for me.
Just give me something to kind of putz back. Like, it doesn't have to be like a whole town. You can just give me like a lot somewhere to like build a house. Just like a place to kind of putz back and forth to every now and then between doing things, so I can spend Yeah, that's it. Not much.
Instead of the Lucky 38, or just let me, instead of the Lucky 38, like the presidential suite, make that like an incomplete like floor of a hotel or an apartment, and like, well, you can build this however you want.
Cool, thanks. I will.
All right, I will never play another Fallout game ever again.
Right. That's it. You know, simple. I got a small brain. I'm very easily amused. That's fine. I make peace with this. Yeah. I just really, I don't know. How many times can I say I love Fallout New Vegas before it gets old? Hopefully it hasn't gotten old yet. I think
if the Fallout game is good had gotten old at this point, the person for whom it was old would not be listening to this episode. They would have stopped listening to the podcast perhaps years ago.
Yeah, probably years ago at this point. Yeah.
Listen.
Go ahead, Oates.
Listen. I've said it once before. It was funny then. It's funny now. New Vegas changed my life, and it's not because I'm a trans woman.
I don't believe you.
That timeline is suspicious, Oates.
Oh man. It's just
I do think it is funny in retrospect how likes Fallout New Vegas became some cultural signifier for being a transgender woman when there is absolutely no textual component whatsoever to Fallout New Vegas that would suggest it being a transgenderizing video game.
I think it's like a topographical map.
No, can make that. You know what? I can make that argument.
Make the argument. I would love to hear it.
I can make that argument. Fallout New Vegas is a game about remaking yourself from the ground up, right? You start as a blank slate. You get shot in the head, and you start as a blank slate, and from there you get to create the person you want to be from whole cloth, right? Like, in that way, what is that if not a transgenderizing game, right?
I guess that's true.
So just like Saints Row 2.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah, because like you had
things.
and you know what it has this in common with is other greatest CRPG of all time, Disco Elysium.
True.
Exactly. 100%.
I genuinely think, and it's unfortunate that it's like an old it has a bolted on D&D 4e combat system that I understand is a fucking miserable slog, because I do genuinely think we all at some point need to actually go play Planescape Torment.
Oh yeah.
Because that is the progenitor of this style of RPG,
that's a good point.
Definitively.
Yeah, maybe at some point. I need to sit down and do that. I need to actually go play Fallout 1 first before I do that
I would like
myself.
to do that, yeah.
I would like to play Fallout 1 at some point.
There's just so many little things you can talk about with New Vegas, because like you said, there's so much variety in the game that it's difficult to talk about without here's my entire experience and all the decisions I made.
Right, absolutely. So many little ways to solve things your own way. So many little jokes that I just always think are funny. One of the early jokes that always makes me laugh is the rocket ships inside of Dinky the dinosaur, and the dinosaur toys themselves, where Cliff, the guy who runs the store, is they're selling fast. Then you break into his storeroom and you're literally tripping over them.
A fucking closet full of them.
There's so many of them that it's setting off your Geiger counter.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great joke.
Mr. Fantastic, slumming around in the basement of Repcon.
Yes, absolutely.
Great. I fucking love talking to that guy all the time.
So I'm so surprised they had the restraint to not literally get Mr. Fantastic for the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dr. Fantastic.
That would have been
going to have Macaulay Culkin as Dr. Fantastic. I guarantee you.
They should have.
Season 3 is going to be him finding some supply of drugs and going completely insane.
Yeah. And just becoming fantastic.
So I know Ben and Sarah have never done this. I promise you it'll be the funniest time of your life if you ever do New Vegas again.
Mm-hmm.
Play as a character with sub-brick intelligence.
Yeah, I do need to do that at some point.
And talk to some of the homeless people in Freeside.
Okay, I can do that.
I might do that. I've heard that's good. I also love doing the Sunset Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap quest.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a funny ending. I love it to death.
My fondest memory of that quest is avoiding it like the plague when I play on Xbox 360, because I found out early on that because of the way that quest tracks itself, that if you start the quest, it will tank the performance of your game for the rest of linear time until you finish the quest.
Yep, absolutely.
Because it is using the processing power literally constantly to track the whether you have picked them up status of literally every single blue star bottle cap on the entire map at all times.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's very I never.
When I saw that man on my second playthrough, I shot him in the head before he spoke.
Great. I never get tired of Come Fly With Me, and specifically the human guy who thinks he's a ghoul. I'm sorry. It's always funny.
It's so funny.
When you
Chris
first
is so
meet him,
funny.
he's like, oh my god, you're hideous.
Yeah. You're not much to look at either, motherfucker. Dude. And he's just some bald guy.
But like, and I love it because Jason Bright, being like, yeah, we like Chris. We don't want him to die of radiation poisoning. Please get him to leave.
Please convince him to leave. He's a nice guy. He's kind of hard to deal with. But
we would love to bring him with us, but he will melt.
I love the unspoken joke that he is balding in part because he worked in the radiation labs in Vault 34.
Mm-hmm.
So he left, and Vault 34, because he was the radiation specialist, fell to ruin and is now just filled with ghouls.
The thing is, they haven't remade New Vegas yet, specifically because they have to add in the ghoulifying drug or whatever, so that there's an alternate solution to that quest where you literally just go, no, hold on, I got this. And you turn him into a ghoul, and he's like, oh god, I feel terrible. and mysteriously, his voice sounds completely normal and not at all ghoulish.
His voice.
Yes!
I saw one of the funniest comments I ever saw was, I saw a post where someone was like, I didn't realize until I saw Chris that people can just do the ghoul voice. And the response was, yeah, they can do that in real life too.
I love the idea of Chris having like that horrible ghoul affect, and the second you get rid of it, he sounds they swap his voice so he sounds like Walton Goggins.
Oh my god, there's so many fucking gags.
I love the bit at the end of Come Fly With Me when the rockets launch off and one of them stalls for a second.
You gotta wobbles in the air. Yeah.
Has to pick back up. And
usually, and if you're like into rocket science at all, you just go, that one's not going where they want it to.
No, that's not.
That one's not making it to Mars. Not in a million years.
No.
If your science is high enough, but you're like, there's two different checks. If you do the science way, they'll all fly off correctly. If you do the repair one, it'll still go off in the wrong direction, but you'll get the good slide anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
You get the slide where like they just come back.
Yeah.
So wherever they ended up, they're like, well, that didn't work. Let's go home.
So Ben, it's not obvious because you will never run into it organically unless you know to look for it. Way off in the north, past the boomers, like way up in the northeast, if you screw up that and you don't fix that one rocket, you will find a crashed rocket with a shit ton of bright followers who are now feral and just attack you on sight.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's great.
I love the very subtle implication that No Bark Noonan is the chosen one from Fallout 2.
Yes!
It's so funny.
It's so good. Oh man. There's I forgot the getting like the different horrors for the Garretts, right? I forgot that the dude, Garrett, was obviously asking for Fisto for himself.
Yeah.
And that's Liam O'Brien playing that character, and he's just so excited, and he keeps having to like walk it back. He's like, those perverted robot fuckers. And you're like, I see what you are. I know what you are.
I still think, aside from any explicitly forced on you canonized backstory from the Courier, from other stuff, I like that one like very minor side quest where you meet this guy who's like a blues singer or whatever, and you can decide to imply in conversation that you're definitely his dad.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Lonesome Drifter.
Yeah. The Lonesome
Yeah.
Drifter.
Oh, it's so good.
Like he brings up his mom or something, but the name's like, wait, she lives at this place? He's like, yeah, why? And he's like, and you're just like, no reason.
Are you 18?
Yeah, no. No, so if you have the Lady Killer perk, you can just ask him like very specific information about a woman in Wyoming, and he goes, can't say that I recognize that, and you're like, oh god, thank god. Okay. Ooh, all right.
That's right.
Oh, it's so good.
Because the implication, Saturn, is if you do the quest correctly for him, he's the son of the mysterious stranger from the perk.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go. That's what I was thinking of. Still very funny.
So
very funny.
Josh Sawyer has confirmed that the bullet to your head did not give you amnesia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
that just makes Lonesome Road. Okay, it's fine. I'm not going to talk about it here.
But the thing that makes it even funnier, though, is that just means instead the Courier has not been paying attention. Because
that's a funnier thing to me is the idea of Ulysses catastrophizing about like how could you do that to the
Divide.
I almost called it the Gorge.
That's us,
yeah. Ulysses, how could you do that? Make a bad DLC that I didn't like playing.
Ulysses just like, how could you do that to the Divide? And Courier's like, do what to the Divide?
What are you talking about?
And he's like, what, do you have amnesia? He's like, no, I just sort of like walked away, and that was the end of it. What, did something happen?
I delivered a package
blew up.
Left.
What?
What happened?
What do you mean it blew up? It was a nuclear explosion. How did you not know? And that's why Ulysses hates you, of course.
And the Courier's just like, it was kind of heavy, but I didn't ask what was in it.
Cut to the flashback of the Courier, like, idly tossing the box up and down as they're walking down the street. Like, gonna drop this off.
And that's how you know the Courier canonically has luck 10.
They do the UPS like porch cam thing where they just like drop kick the package onto the front door. Like dust their hands. All right, off I go.
That was easy.
But no, like it just like the implication that the Courier just hasn't been paying attention to anything in all of New Vegas. Just like who are the NCR?
It's like
what have you not? Did you not see the guys with like uniforms and guns like walking around everywhere?
Have you not been paying attention? Like what the hell, kid?
It's like,
no, man, I've been day drinking for the last 20 years every single day of my life. Yeah. What do you want from me?
My favorite thing about the Courier is that, like, no matter what you do, almost all of your dialogue seems to suggest that you are in your late 30s, early 40s, and have been drinking very hard for the last 15.
Courier 6 is like, here's the thing, bud. You want to know why I'm a Courier? You want to know why I do it? Because I'm there. I'm like, what do you need from me? And they're like, I need you to take this object and I need you to walk a distance and then leave the object when you get there. And I ask, how much are you going to pay me for this? And they say 10,000 gaps. And I say, well, all right.
Okay, then sure. Why not?
I'm very.
I will walk anywhere for money.
Well, you see, until this point, the Courier has never had a pit boy to track their location.
Sure.
So they've been put on, they get a package and then put on horse blinders and just walk in a singular direction and don't listen or talk to anyone else
until they hit their destination. Yes.
Courier is like that one Dawn Trail Patch Quest character. He's like, my hobbies include carrying like approximately medium-sized objects. I should have known this was going to be a dangerous job. The object they wanted me to carry was rather small.
It was quite small, very
the small
easy.
ones are always the worst.
Because then you start asking yourself, like, why don't they just walk there with it if it's so small and unbothersome? And I guess it turns out that they don't do it because they're a piece of beef jerky in a glass tube. But I didn't know that at the time. I just knew that he wanted to pay me like 10,000 caps to do it.
Like big old pack of change, yeah.
Benny's about to shoot you in the head, and your last thoughts are like, "Oh, I really need to start paying attention."
Yeah.
Like the reason the game starts mid conversation is because the courier picked that moment to stop zoning out.
Yeah, they're like daydreaming. Yeah,
they've been
like literally the courier's Disco Elysium brain voice is just like, "Wake up, you are about to be killed," and the courier's like, "Huh?
What?"
Funnier Saturn. The Ron Perlman his diegetic internal monologue of you just like, well, what's been going on with my life today? Let's think. Let me check my mind journal.
Let me go into my mind palace. And then you look up and Benny's got a gun to your head and you're like, ah, shit, that was a bad time to daydream.
Yeah, courier.
In defense of the courier, if I had the ability to summon a perfect Ron Perlman impression Tulpa to be my internal monologue voice, I would do this multiple times per day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Courier's been in the grave for like 2 hours at this point. Benny's just been monologuing the whole time.
Yeah.
Suddenly the last 5 minutes, Courier's like, "Oh shit, what was happening?"
Oh fuck.
Oh, he was saying something important, wasn't he? Ah, God.
Shit, now I'm gonna be
Is he the guy I'm supposed to deliver this to? Am I done?
Can I go home?
I think the job's over. Why am I in a hole?
Shit.
Who did you spend the most time with, like, as your companion? Who did y'all roll with?
Christine.
Yeah. Modded DLC companions. Other than that...
oh, no. I mean, like, I barely kept any of my companions for more than an hour, except for Christine.
Oh, okay.
No, I think probably Veronica. Veronica's the most fun to me.
Veronica's pretty high on my list, too, I think.
But, like, Arcade is funny. Arcade and Veronica. The thing is, you can and should early game get Eddie and Boone. The problem is that breaks the game over its knee. If you want to have any fun, if you want to have any fun in Fallout New Vegas, like shooting guys, do not under any circumstances get Eddie and Boone. Oh my god, because they're doing all the work for you, man.
Yeah.
Like
on the plus side, you were playing a pacifist character anyway, so combat was not really in the cards for you.
Yeah,
I mean, truly, it was mostly just pointing Boone at guys and be like, "Go get him, Boone."
Boone was Rosalie's stand for most of the game.
I want to say for my
Shot through the heart, by the way.
Oh, very funny.
I want to say for my Kill Them All playthrough, it was mostly Eddie and Rex because they're, a robot and a dog, so they'll never leave you. I think for my original first playthrough, I spent a lot of time with everyone because I was trying to get them. I want to say in Saturn fashion that I did spend the most time with Veronica because I have a way of homing in on who the lesbian is before they tell me.
Absolutely, 100%. Veronica rules.
Veronica's just funny.
I just like hearing, all her commentary is good. That's the same reason I like toting Arcade around. Arcade is also really funny.
Yeah.
Poor Boone. Sorry, Boone. Cassidy is funny, but I don't like her perk that much. So I didn't get any use out of it.
Yeah.
So
I played an alcoholic, so I like her.
Yeah, of course you're doing it. You're having a great time with Cassidy, of course.
Yeah, I had a similar experience with her where I like Cassidy a lot. She's probably honestly my favorite of the companions, just in terms of
character.
Yeah. But similarly, it's I've never really liked doing consumables oriented builds in the Fallout game, so she just did not get a whole lot of play with me.
Yeah.
She's powerful, but her perk doesn't really benefit you. But I do like her as a character, and I like doing her quest a lot.
I just like all the companions.
I do like all of them. Yeah.
I think they're genuinely great. I think. Again, I have to put on my shame cap. Don't look at me. I think they're all better than all the companions in the entire series, except for Nick Valentine, who was probably
literally.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
the strongest one in the whole series. But that's just because he's got 2 fucking DLCs about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy that Fallout New Vegas is a game where you're if you had to pick the 2 stinker companions, it's probably Boone and Raoul.
Yeah.
And Boone and Raoul are still infinitely more interesting characters than you get for the casts of most of these kinds of games.
Absolutely.
I
Raoul himself... Oh, go ahead, Ben.
I would say I like all the companions in 4, but they don't compare to New Vegas.
They just don't have the same, except for the one.
Except for Valentine,
yeah. Yeah, they don't have the same degree of depth, and there's just a lot going on in their heads, and you can just kind of tell. And I don't know, even Raoul, who I don't particularly like, mostly because I think that's a character that they didn't think about when they wrote him. And
no,
they were like, well, he's got this character, and again, I hate even talking about it because I just
our PNG tubers blipped out for a second. We're good.
I just noticed that. No, that character is very because. All right, real quick. Fallout New Vegas likes to default to sexual violence against female characters.
No, you're true.
I don't know why. It sucks. It's bad. I gotta get it out of my system real fast. They do it all the time. It's the cheapest, laziest backstory to be like, this is how fucked up the apocalypse is. And you're like, all right, I get it. The first time you're like, oh, that's fucked up. After the 5th time, you're like, okay, guys, calm down.
If it was,
I know it's 2010, but come on.
I hate to be
this isn't Berserk. There's guys running around in cartoon space alien costumes. Get a grip, you know?
I hate to be analysis about the use of sexual violence in a thing, but it makes sense with Boone because he's tied to the Legion, which is the faction that does that kind of thing.
Sure.
But when
it's bizarre for Raoul where this happens to him, and then he's also twice, and he's still as far as anyone else, the Legion aren't really any worse than anyone else who's around. And it's damn, dude, all right, you've really given up any pretense of having any kind of personal beliefs or moral character at any point, huh?
Any kind of internality whatsoever. I thought I wasn't paying attention. Jesus Christ.
Because you'd think the guy whose whole thing is that happened to me twice, and also for a while I was kind of like Mexican Batman,
right?
Would have a more principled, not wanting to fuck with the Legion / we need to kill these guys, boss. They're bad news,
right?
So he's just sort of whatever, I don't care.
So I think part of that is because they cut Ulysses and they realized they needed to make a lead, a companion you can take into the Legion with you that isn't Rex or Eddie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Which is a shame.
Guess,
but Raoul suffers as a result of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he goes from being a guy who's I'm 200-year-old Batman. I have suffered too much to be able to actually feel anything anymore, which is kind of what his backstory would make you think he's supposed to be. And it makes him then turn into your kind of contemptible uncle who has a lot of cool stories, but also is just a Trump voter who does not have the political wherewithal for you to make him realize why that is a bad thing to be.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Just sort of a guy you don't want to interact with, and it's he's nice enough, it's just that he believes horrible things and you don't know how to make him not be that way.
Right.
And it's but even Raoul still has interesting things, because you're still getting with Raoul you get an interesting kind of what's the word, viewpoint of the immediate post-war, because he literally has been around since the very beginning of this whole apocalypse thing. So you get to have a viewpoint of that with him, which I think is kind of compelling. Even your most bog standard in companion.
He's also the only instance outside of Chinese sub ghouls where you get to see any perspective of what it's outside of the directly outside of the US, because he talks about Mexico City a lot.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real, because I was thinking about this about with Raoul, where when in the development of Baldur's Gate 3, one of the things they talked about when they were designing the companions design and the party they ultimately settled on is we went through so many concepts and ideas for party members, and we really separated the wheat from the chaff to pick to get a party who would be varied and interesting and compelling and whatever. I think, and they had some figure, like, we went through, like, literally 200 completely distinct, fully fleshed out character ideas for people who could be in the party, right? Before we settled on these guys who are here. And straight up, I would literally replace Raul, the worst New Vegas party member, with a solid, like, half of the cast of Baldur's Gate 3 would be gone. He could replace most of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. He's like the weak link, and it's still like, that's just the level New Vegas is operating at, you know?
He's still at, like, despite the obvious setbacks that they had to make for him so that you could have mechanics that would work, he's still a very nuanced, like, fully fleshed being. Just really fast, like, I don't know. I think
I'm a fan. He's got a lot going on. He's interesting. He's the worst, but he's still interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got a very unique flavor, and he's got, like, the thing is, like, I haven't played Fallout New Vegas in more than 10 years. I can still hear Raul's voice lines perfectly clearly in my head, and I barely ever used him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he's got
absolutely.
presence, and he's got interesting things going on, which is why I'm just like, yeah, for all the work you did, like engineering your perfect party for Baldur's Gate 3 or whatever, like, that druid guy gone. I've replaced with Raul. What's his name? The wizard who has a fucking self-important backstory, gone, replaced with Raul. I wouldn't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no competition, and Raul is the lowest rung on this ladder.
So, like, the weakest link in the chain is still the compelling, like, Fallout 4 brainworm style 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is also that I think makes Raul stand out a little bit more is that, like, that gives him that bit of flavor that's appealing, is that he, like what Ulysses would have been, also kind of hates that he has to follow you around.
Yeah.
Not that it's anything personal against you specifically. He just doesn't like going places.
He just wants to sit at
He
home
was
and
really
chill.
happy. He was really happy with his do-nothing job in that super mutant torture basement.
Yeah. Like, he's like...
He had a system. It worked. He didn't have to go anywhere, and nobody had any enforceable expectations of him.
Like, you ask him to join you, and he's like, he's too polite to say no. And then whenever you dismiss him, he's like, yes! I mean, well, if that's what you want, boss.
I guess I gotta
boss.
go.
Sure, boss. The old man will call around the dirt to keep hidden.
I
My
think
knees aren't broken or anything.
I think if you whenever you dismiss Raul from your party, he should lie about where he's going. And, like, it's not like he disappears from the game world,
No.
but you have to find him, and he goes somewhere random, and it's not the place he said he was going to be.
Yeah.
I
He's
want...
like, "Oh, boss, I didn't mean. I had an errand to run."
I gotta go here.
I want the remake of New Vegas where they do the Fallout 4, like, swap dialogue between party members.
Mm-hmm.
And Raul leaving is every time he'd be like, well, they're your responsibility now.
Yeah, they're your problem now. Absolutely.
Raul's a guy who makes me think of that old like thing that, like, the locals in I forget if it was India, but it was somewhere in, like, South Asia. Whenever, like, the Western like explorers came to go out to figure out what was going on there and ask about the orangutans, and it's like, yeah, the orangutans can speak, they just don't, because otherwise we'd make them start working.
Yeah. Raul wishes he could be an orangutan somewhere deep in Papua New Guinea.
Raul-
Never work ever again.
Raul in the Lucky 38 is programmed to be, like, go into a different room than you are in.
He's
there's
just
less,
constantly avoiding you.
Yeah, less opportunity for him to, like,
Raul
for
in dialogue
you to
never
approach him.
making direct eye contact with you and always trying to walk away in the middle of a conversation.
Raul,
Raul,
those headphones aren't plugged into anything. I know they're not. You
I
can hear
know
me.
you can hear me, dude.
he's like
Nah, boss, they're noise canceling. We don't have that technology, Raul.
He's like the opposite of Boone, who's like programmed. It's my favorite thing about Boone. He is programmed to look dead in front of him at all times, unless he is talking to you, in which case he makes unblinking eye contact.
So funny. Craig Boone. There's a man with problems. Sorry about your everything, dog.
The concept art for Raoul is so cool.
Craig Boone is the guy who makes you think of that Letterkenny bit. Like, I wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
Yeah.
To me, it's the fact that Craig Boone's name is Craig.
Yeah, sorry. Craig Boone.
God, you know that they. I know that like you have to cut corners in video games. Mm-hmm. God alive, Raoul should have just still had his cowboy costume.
He does.
He has cowboy costume.
Yes.
He does?
If you do his quest and convince him to be back to being a vaquero, he just wears the cowboy outfit.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
If you tell him to go back to his vaquero ways, he becomes a gunslinger.
Yeah, and he
forgot about that completely.
He immediately flashes into the cowboy outfit.
Now, granted, it doesn't look as cool as the concept art. Allow me to pull it up for you.
Yeah, it's not nearly as cool as the concept art, unfortunately.
Yeah, he does kind of more look like a mascot character at like a cowboy themed theme park, but you know.
Also, his pictures really made me appreciate God, but Danny Trejo is like one of the leatheriest men alive.
That's a man who is made entirely out of leather.
Yeah, I mean,
when that man dies, they're going to make a jacket out of him, and they won't even need to cure it.
Danny Trejo was in was in a Muppet movie, and he's like the puppetiest man you could get to act.
Danny Trejo intrinsically has damage resistance against energy.
Yeah.
Here's the low resolution version of the
not
outfit.
that bad. I mean, in terms of Fallout outfits, like New Vegas outfits, it's not the worst.
They did their best, but unfortunately, it's a 7th gen Fallout game.
Yeah,
it doesn't quite match the vibes of the concept art, which is extremely sick looking.
Yeah, no, it's because the hat looks just kind of like a bowl on top of his head.
Yeah, it looks.
I feel like I should be eating tortilla chips out of it.
Yeah, looking at this concept art for Raoul and also the in-game version, I'm going to say something rather controversial. Is that I much prefer the way ghouls look in 4 and 76 than in 3 in New Vegas.
I mostly agree. However, I think the older ones really do need to look like this horrifyingly sickly.
Yeah, no. I think younger ghoul. I think there should be more of a spectrum of like ghoulification. You know what I mean?
My argument here, Ben, is that a recurring theme, both on the East Coast and on the West Coast, is that ghouls tend to be ostracized even when they should be pillars of the community. Mm-hmm. And if they looked like that, I can kind of understand why, because it's making the same leaps in logic as making like quarantine areas for like people with leprosy.
Yeah.
You know, like it we live in a post-apocalyptic, barely functioning past medieval society. They're making assumptions about how unhealthy he looks.
Right, yeah.
My thing as what I think is the difference is that like what they were going for 3 in New Vegas, I think, is trying to keep to the spirit of what ghouls looked like in 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. But 1 and 2 had a much more like exaggerated cartoony art style.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd get like, patches of missing, exposed brain and missing flesh, and they have bolts screwed to their heads to keep their bodies intact and that kind of thing. Which is fine when you kind of look like a cartoon character. But when you're going for a more realistic look, it just kind of looks like you shouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
Like,
you're kind of literally falling apart.
Logistically, all of your parts should have fallen out by now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, I think that I like the look of it, in part because he kind of looks like a rotting, like, animatronic puppet sitting in the back of a Disneyland lot, you know?
For a person like Raoul, who is explicitly, like, his whole thing is, I'm 200 years old and I feel like shit every day, it works. But like, I just think there's like other ghouls in general where it's like you probably should not look like all of your skin is missing.
Yeah.
Like, there's one ghoul in particular. I think they're from 3 because I think they might have touched things up in New Vegas. But this ghoul here should not be walking around like a person. They should be constantly screaming in agony.
Well, that's the whole thing about ghouls. Is that like they're not really people anymore. I think their bodies don't work that way no more. You know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, you can't feel pain if all your nerves have shriveled up.
Yeah,
you know,
that's kind of the thing, is that it's just like a 1950s interpretation of like radiation poisoning. It's not meant to be like realistic.
I know that, but I mean, I think there's just like a middle ground between them. Like that's why I think like the 4 and 76 kind of like leathery Titan skin works better for a more realistic art style.
Sure.
I don't know. It's just like a like. I think 3 and New Vegas like are in the weird, uncanny in between.
Yeah.
That you didn't pick one side or the other, so it doesn't quite work for me.
Yeah. Oh my god, what else? We've been talking for 3 hours. I could probably
but I
3 more.
Fucking love New Vegas so goddamn much.
I really like New Vegas a lot, is the thing. Despite my minor complaints about certain female character writing decisions. And the map itself, there's so much in there that is also really good. Like so many little things that I couldn't even tell you right now, right? I don't know. I think it's cool that in 2010 you had a major companion who was just a lesbian.
Yeah, and a gay one.
That's cool, you know?
Arcade's gay.
Yeah, and Arcade's gay, and that, I mean, shame he's voiced by Zachary Levi, but whatever.
You know.
Yikes.
Such was the style at the time, unfortunately.
Why does Veronica scream that way? Felicia Day, you didn't have to do it like that.
Yeah, when she lights on fire, you don't have to do it that harsh.
She
was on fire.
I think they literally set Felicia Day on fire in the recording booth to get that scream out of her. It's the only explanation.
She would have done it, I think. Probably.
She would have done it for the art form, I know. Is the thing.
I just love all of the little details. Like a thing that Shia asked about, which reminded me of a fun little factoid. So, okay. Much like some of the fun parts about 4, and so the fun parts about 76, is that like, oh, that's a historical tidbit. There's so many good little ones all throughout New Vegas because they clearly lived in the area and wanted to bring homage whenever possible. So that, you know, like, there's a Vicky and Vance casino. Right across from it is Bison Steve, the Buffalo Bill Hotel. Which has the El Diablo wooden roller coaster, one of the last ones that exist. Rest in peace, COVID destroyed you. Inside of that one is supposed to, like, so for whatever reason, they like, probably to make things more interesting, they split it up into 2 parts, but that is, both of those hotels are supposed to be the same one because the Bonnie and Clyde getaway vehicle is inside of the Buffalo Bill, along with the clothes and gun of the sheriff who caught them. And inside of the Bison Steve, you can find, inside of a safe, Lucky, the .357 Magnum that he used to kill Bonnie.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's fun.
Yeah, like, there's tons of little things like that. There's just a lot of, like, attention to detail. It's, you know, like there is a certain... There's a certain appeal in kind of romanticizing the landscape, like we talked about earlier with Fallouts 3 and 4, and to kind of fantasize them, right? So they kind of more like evoke the spirit of it.
Disneyland it. Yeah,
you Disneyland it a little. But there is, I will admit, despite the fact it does kind of, you know, produce a kind of boring map, to the point that even, I think even Obsidian realized it, because like, Zion in Honest Hearts is more like an impression of what Zion looks like.
Yeah.
They could kind of make, like, they could actually kind of render in engine versus what Zion actually looks like. So even they realize, like, maybe we went a little too literal. But there is a kind of interesting kind of nature to make it be like a pretty close 1-to-1 recreation, like, of the route you would take from Good Springs to Vegas, right? Of like what that landscape looks like and what those roads look like and all of that I think is interesting. There's all kinds of little things there that I just find very compelling. I love all the stuff. I don't know. I like all the stuff with Jacobstown. I like all the history there. I like Marcus a lot as a character.
I really like Marcus. Yeah, I wish Marcus.
I really like Marcus.
I wish Marcus would have been more involved in the plot, but then that might have been like a little bit too like fan servicey.
Yeah, like a little bit too
indulgent.
Yeah, you just have to play Fallout 2 instead. Yeah, because he's companion,
need
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need the expansion for Fallout New Vegas.
To keep alive in Fallout 2.
They need the expansion for Fallout New Vegas where it's the 5th route where it's just, I have decided that the super mutants are going to take over New Vegas. Marcus,
you're in charge, boy.
Well, we're going to turn the Lucky 38 into an old folks home for all these night crawlers.
We're kicking everybody else out of Vegas, and it's just for mutants now. It's fine.
And it's just so Grandma can play bingo.
We just want to let Grandma play bingo. Grandma can play the numbers. It's fine.
You guys,
the old. I'm just thinking of the old Fallout forum. No mutants allowed. Mm-hmm. But it's just the Simpsons bit where it's like, oh, they got this all wrong. No, mutants allowed.
Act 2 has you as the climax already take over New Vegas because in Act 3 Tabitha comes back.
Tabitha's revenge.
Tabitha returns because she broke Rhonda again.
Somehow Tabitha returned.
No, mutants allowed is me when I have massacred the Fallout 4 Brotherhood of Steel en masse.
That's correct. Yeah. Absolutely.
I want to say, by the way, I solved that quest the funniest way possible because for the longest time
I did it on accident.
Yeah, for the longest time my character could not survive a fight. I was a stealth build. My strength was like 4 or 3, I think. Okay, I didn't have the hit points. I didn't have the capacity to sneak past all these mutants and kill them. Like, when I finally managed to stealth my way up there by stealing a bunch of stealth boys and just inching my way up there, I was like looting for stuff, fixed the robot without thinking, walked outside, and the quest resolved itself.
That's what I did too.
I was like, what? Oh, okay.
I was just kind of goofing off, and I found the robot, and it gave me the option to repair it. And I had a repair magazine because my character was just constantly was basically, I guess, properly role playing a courier by always carrying magazines with them to just like hand out to people. Because I took that one skill that makes magazines do twice as effective for however long their duration is. So it's plus 20, so you can just do anything in New Vegas as long as
pretty much, yeah.
With you. And so I was just like, did I read a magazine? You walk outside, it's like, you solved the quest. And I was like, I didn't know there was a robot to fix.
You solved my Tabitha riddle.
I didn't know there was a Tabitha riddle to solve. So, cool. I think. So good for Tabitha. I'm glad her and Rhonda run around. I love the ending for those two where they make a storybook. They make a storybook about themselves, and it's a huge hit. I'm like, that's great. That's perfect. Well done.
Yeah, I saw
they terrorize Arizona and New Mexico for all of time.
Yeah, it's great.
And everyone is telling stories about just the shit those two get up to, ruining the Legion's time.
Just had them walk off, and then I was like, oh. Isn't Raul around here? I guess I'll go find him now.
It's so good.
I love listening to their radio, which is why, much like Diamond City Radio,
you don't want to fix it.
Raul,
yeah.
I will leave Raul there just so that I can just continue to listen to Black Mountain Radio forever.
Absolutely. You don't want to fix. You take your sweet time doing that quest because you don't want to fix Black Mountain Radio. I get it, 100%. There's a lot. It's good. Folks, New Vegas is really good. I'm running out of speaking steam after 3 hours.
Yeah.
Almost 15 minutes.
I think my bladder is about to explode.
I mean, we're gonna come back because I want to talk about the DLC.
We'll do the DLC next. Yeah, we'll do a mini-ish episode talking about the DLC.
It won't be a mini. Are you fucking kidding me? No.
There's all 4 DLCs, and we're it's gonna be another 3 hours.
It's gonna be another 3 hours. An hour of it is just going to be Dead Money, the best DLC ever made.
I know that we don't really do episodes like that anymore, but also we're going to do episodes like that.
So we'll
because I got too much to say about Dead Money. If you want to play along at home, then I think we're gonna try and talk about them in order. So fucking Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, Dead Money, Lonesome Road. That's the order.
Yeah.
So look forward to it. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll use the DLC to talk about more of the main game too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Okay, then in that case, I just want to say thanks to all 3 of you for doing this dumb little project for 10 years with me.
Yeah.
And all of the various things that came alongside it. I mean, the podcast is called The Gorge because Sarah and I needed an excuse to do self-indulgent discussions about the games that we had both been playing over and over and over again for thousands of hours each. Mm-hmm. And it's turned into and it's more entirely self-indulgent projects like Takeout, and That's Hell You're Walking Into, and all the streaming we do and the live readings and just fucking all of it. This was an excuse for me to talk about the Venture Brothers for 9 hours.
Yeah.
It's an excuse for us to come up with dumb ideas for things, to just really talk about how much we love certain games, to make fun of current events in the news and whatnot. And don't worry, the self-indulgent projects aren't going to stop anytime soon, because
that's right. I'm before you say a thing, I'm pleased to announce that as a celebration of our 10th anniversary of the Gorge, that we have all made a binding pact that we're going to do this every single week for the rest of our lives. If we ever miss a single week, we'll have to start removing fingers.
Yes, that's
absolutely.
So that's definitely one of the new bylaws being passed. It's in the contracts you all signed with your blood.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Then you remember you mailed those.
Sarah, I know you forgot. I collected some of yours and signed it for you. I hope that's okay.
That's super cool. Thanks, Sara. Really appreciate it.
Mine's not binding. I'm just a puppet.
That's why when you came up in October, I did ask for a vial of your blood so that I could get these contracts printed.
I was really impressed that Dr. Acula guy was willing to show up on such short notice to safely collect our vials of blood.
Well, it was Halloween weekend, so of course he was.
That trick-or-treater dressed as a Dr. Vampire was under my employ the whole time.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But on that note of things that we are bound to be doing, I am proud to announce coming soon-ish a new series, patron exclusive.
At some point.
Called Attention Bajoran Workers, in which we are going to do an presumably episode by episode analysis.
Kinda. I think it's vibes based. It might be 3 episodes in one episode. It might be it might be where we talk about 10 episodes in one episode.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Small batch episode discussions of the entirety of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, aka the best Star Trek.
The best one.
You're going to get an entire episode of us talking about Run Along Home.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to spend an hour talking about Run Along Home. For sure. You're adorable.
For sure.
Well, we have to fill the hour no matter what, so worst case scenario, we'll just have to find other things to talk about in addition to the episode.
So on top of the Gorge, on top of when Saturn starts running our brief reboot interlude.
Should be next month, hopefully.
Yeah.
Horsey's going how it was, might get pushed back just a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
Develop the realities of developing a video game that does not have a tight jam schedule and is also more ambitious than your last project are everybody going, boy howdy, we set a really we may have set some unrealistic scheduling goals for ourselves for things, and then also various other things. So I might get pushed a little bit, but once, still gonna be our next thing.
Once that starts, then we'll back to regular reboot. We're also going to be doing Attention Bajoran Workers. So please look forward to that. Patreon.com/thegorge. Now, that all being said, thank you to DJ Cutman.
We fucking anyone?
What was that? Saturday?
We fucking anyone? Oh, that doesn't happen yet. That's later. Okay, hold on.
Once that, gotta get this served. Thanks to DJ Cutman, who's the record music. Email us at thegorgepodcast.bsky.social. Follow us on all our social medias. Again, patreon.com/thegorge. Look forward to more reboot. Look forward to Attention Bajoran Workers and whatever else we fucking do. All the streaming and stuff we're going to be doing too. More Ace Attorney when that happens. So who do we got?
Can we say... Hold on, let me double check this. Can we say fuck Travis Stout, because he's the guy who wrote... for Raoul?
He doesn't have Soul Dominion over the terrible treatment of women characters in that narrative. Unfortunately, I would feel dishonest.
I'm not done. He's also the guy who wrote for Jane and Marilyn, the two creepy downloadable girlfriends. He is responsible for the Misfits and for the First Recon, so I think he's responsible for all of them.
He is responsible for all of it. I owe Chris Avalone an apology.
Wow, yeah, sorry, Chris Avalone. I mean, I'm still besmirching you for the libertarianism, but I'm absolving you of the other part.
Oop, for the game's add-on, Stat was a writer and designer on Honest Hearts alongside Joshua Sawyer. He wrote the characters for Jed Masterson, Walking Cloud, Follows Chalk, and Salt Upon Wounds. Mm-hmm. He also is responsible for all of the dialogue for the perks nearing Imperialist. And he was the co-writer with Chris Avalone for Lonesome Roads and Old World Blues.
Oh, so fuck this guy. So, like, this guy is he's literally responsible for all of the terrible backstories in New Vegas and a bunch of other horse shit. Okay, I think that one.
So it's just all his fault.
It's all his fault.
His name goes by the name Travis L. Gimpo Stout.
Great.
I'm not typing that middle name. I'm just gonna go with the
fuck this guy.
The two on the other side.
All right.
Get us out of here.
Good night, everyone. Happy 10 years.
Happy 10 years.
Happy 10 years.
His most recent credit, narrative designer on Avatar Frontiers of Pandora.
Shut up!
Well, fuck him for that, too. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Good night,
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.